moves throughout the afternoon. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, here's Dave Murray.
There's a little bit of an early summer feel in our atmosphere over the next 2 days. Partly sunny skies this afternoon. It's windy from the southwest, maybe a spot shower, but that's about it. It's a warm day. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy and warm. Warm for overnight temperatures anyway. 69 Tuesday, partly sunny, windy. A couple of thunderstorms trying to develop as we go through the afternoon. Some of those could be on the strong to severe side, but there's going to be a lot of dry time on Tuesday, 89 degrees. But we need to watch the sky in the afternoon. Tuesday night, some showers and thunderstorms scattered about. Some could be on the strong side, especially during the evening. 68. Wednesday, periods of showers and a couple of thunderstorms, though not raining all the time. 82 Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It's 80 degrees in St. Peters, 82 in Florissant, and 82 downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Aquino, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Gravely Zero-Turn Mowers. Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. You can save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event going on now through the 19th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis, DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Monday to you. Gorgeous day out there. Hope you all had a good weekend. Lots of stuff to get to today. We have tons of really cool guests. Steve Savard's going to be here at 1:30. Be good to talk to Steve. Bernie Miklasz with us and some of the usual shenanigans of a Monday. We start the show with our pal Amy Mark Scores. Because I believe when you do something tremendous, you should be recognized for it. If you haven't heard, Amy came in second out of like 420 female runners in the Go Marathon over the weekend. So proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
It's such an accomplishment. Oh my gosh, it's so great.
I am just filled with gratitude. It was so much fun. And it's been a long time since I've raced a marathon in St. Louis. So the course was beautiful. It showed off St. Louis. The day could not have been more perfect weather-wise, which it's always a crapshoot in St. Louis in spring. And it was a tough course, like just under 1,000 feet of elevation, really hilly. And shout out to the winner, Julie Losos Snow. And she won first place. We ran together, worked together side by side for about 20 miles of that race. And she made a move, I think around mile 23. And I couldn't quite respond. At mile 25, I think I pulled within 10 seconds, but it was a big hill and my legs were fried. And so I saw them pull out the tape for the finish line, and she crossed the finish line, and I was 18 seconds behind her. And they announced, I think it was one of the closest, if not the closest finishes in race history.
Nice.
On that race.
That's really cool.
When you guys were running together,
yeah,
are you talking? Do you talk during a race?
So you can talk. It depends on the race, and we definitely made comments and talked about race strategy together a bit, because people might picture, were you looking over your shoulder and competing for 20 miles? No, we were friends for 20 miles. Knowing that at some point one of us is going to make a move.
Yeah.
And Julie is the queen. She's running the Olympic trials. And so I was not going to be that person making the move. I would wait for her to make a move and then see if I could respond. But so I would say with this course specifically, I was probably quieter than I've ever been, partly because it is so challenging with the hills. And I wasn't quite sure how my body would respond, fitness wise. I had been sick and lost some training being sick. And so I was just grateful to hit the start line. But I knew it would be hard. So it was kind of, I say it's fun, but you're also pretty serious, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of quiet.
How do you talk?
You can talk.
I'm having trouble talking now.
Yeah. So like we saw Michael Kelly in Forest Park, and I did take some breaths to be like, that's Michael Kelly. I mean, he's so cool. He's my co-host. And that was mile 18 when we passed him. So you're getting pretty serious then. And like I said, even if you can talk at the beginning, it's kind of just out of respect for the race. I'm not going to waste my breath on right now. Like,
I don't even talk getting a massage.
I'm on a breath just thinking about it.
Yeah, where are you now versus like the first marathon you ran in regards to knowing how your body is going to respond, knowing like how much gas you have left in the tank? Like, how have you developed that connection over the years?
Yeah, that's a great question because you never quite know the warmth of the day, the course. You kind of know what goal you're going for time-wise, and I've usually raced for time. This was the first time where I wasn't really looking at my watch. I wasn't racing for time. It was racing like, hey, I think we could win this thing. It was kind of like that. And I would say the first 20 marathons I ran, I was learning. I was slower. It's hard to describe, but I was slower, and you can kind of tell how much you have in the tank. I would never, when you negative split where you run the first half at a certain pace and you run the second half faster, that's negative splitting. I've never done that. I've always just kind of pushed it where I'm usually a little bit slower in the second half. I'm giving a really long answer here. I think you just start to learn. You kind of know. It's like the difference between being hurt and being injured.
Mm-hmm.
Am I fatigued? And is this problematic? Or is it just going to suck today? Because I would say on Saturday, I never felt good. I never felt great. Sometimes you feel great for the first few miles, and I just didn't for a variety of reasons. Health-wise, I didn't feel great. And I knew, well, this is kind of going to suck, but I'm okay. Like, this is just pain. So I actually you talk to yourself and you tell yourself, it's supposed to hurt, and it's going to hurt all day, and that's okay. Don't panic.
So 3 hours, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Do you spend most of your time thinking about the race, or most of your time thinking about groceries and Brady Bunch and like?
Yeah. This race, since I felt kind of bad the whole time is the best way I can describe it. And it was basically talking myself off a cliff, like not to panic.
Yeah.
So talking myself off an edge, I guess if I went off the cliff, off the edge, because I would say about 5-6 miles into it, I'm thinking I feel tired. And of course, the first thing you're thinking is I will have over 20 miles to go. And you can't go there. So a couple times I told myself, well, maybe you can quit if it's really bad, but I didn't feel like I was supposed to quit today. You talk like, I don't think so. That's not what you're supposed to do. So sometimes I will have a mantra that I'll say over and over again when I start to panic, when I start to spiral. I will say mile 11, 12, 13. It just felt hard. And again, you'll panic if you've got 13 miles left. So I would just tell myself, I would go through my mantra. But a lot of times you're just thinking, breathe and relax. I don't think your brain's functioning fully, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So how do you think about your next one?
I know, it kind of lit a fire under me because it was really fun racing. And I'm like, I wonder what I could do if I have a couple months now and a fast course. So I want to race another one soon, for sure.
This was not your personal best time?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And it was like I said, just under 1,000 feet of elevation, so super hilly. But it was the first time that I really raced. And stop me here if this is getting too in the weeds. But it was fun because at the start line, we looked around and we thought, okay, who's your competition? You try to kind of scope out your competition locally. You know who the other girls are that can run your pace. But there were some people from out of town, and you never know. So we kind of knew who that Julie, the girl that ended up winning that I ran with, that she would be there. And Julie did not start with us, though. We didn't see her when we started. It's kind of a mass. And at mile 4, a girl comes up to us, and it's not Julie. And the best way I can describe it is she was a little too chipper and said, oh, this is kind of fast. I'm from Cincinnati. I'm hoping to run this time. But I don't want to go out too fast. And we said, well, just chill with us. We're going to be super chill. This is a really tough course. You're from Cincinnati, are used to hills. And she said, yeah, I know. I don't want to go out too fast. And then she took off. Like, it's at mile 4. And she started like running 6:30s. And the best way I can describe it is
6:30, like more than one. That's the best.
Yeah. And we were running, 6:45s at the time. And my coach and I looked at each other, and we just knew we just knew she wasn't going to run 6:30s for the next 22 miles. It just something felt off. So you kind of calculate. And of course, you could be wrong, but we made the bet that she was not going to. So we held back. And just before mile 5, Julie caught up to us and we said, hey, tuck in with us. Here's our pace. There's a girl up there in first place, but we're not too worried about her. We don't think it's, she's not going to hold that pace. So we were just patient. And at mile 14, you just split off from the half. You're going up a huge hill on Market, and we see her, and we haven't changed our pace, but we're starting to gain. And so we just bided our time and said, we're going to wait, because when we pass her, you got to pass her and mean it, right? You got to pick up the pace. So we just sat behind her, sat behind her, and then her pace kept dropping. So then we passed her, and she was really nice, and she's like, good job, it's not my day. And I felt kind of bad for wanting to demoralize her by we're going to pass her and drive her into the ground. Yeah, but we passed her at mile 14, and then it was just Julie and I for the next 22 miles. Yeah. 14, sorry. 12 miles.
Jeez, the next 12 miles. Every time you say something, I'm like, it's just
it
crazier than crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it's so cool to hear you talk about it. I mean, you've done this so many times and you're at such an elite level, and to just hear about your mindset, it's really inspiring to hear this kind of stuff. I want to ask, what's your relationship like with your coach?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of stuff do you guys work on to prepare for something like this? And then do you coach anyone else, or have you considered coaching people?
No, I wouldn't be a good coach. I haven't coached and I don't coach, but my coach is awesome. I would say this. He's the one that took my running. I'd been running for 20 years by the time I met him, and he took me to that next level because he believed in me before I did. And he believed in me when I couldn't. So he's the one that took it to the next level with speed. I would say the number one thing that changed my running world is having a coach and then running with a group of guys who are so fast, where I'm the slowest one in the group, and you're constantly running with these guys, the Forest Park Track Club. And that took my game to the next level because so much of running is mental. So it's a relationship where he pushes you, but then he tries to know when to encourage you as well.
Can you hang one more?
Sure.
Okay. Tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts. And the thing about Mosby, it is the most difficult client I've ever had, and it's the easiest client I've ever had at the same time, because what's easy about them is they're so great at all remodeling inside and outside of a house, and everyone knows it. The competition knows it. You guys know it. Everyone who's from St. Louis grew up with Mosby. The difficult part about it is the same thing. It's hard to find specific things to talk about. And I have such a good relationship with Mosby. A couple months ago, they reached out and they're like, Dave, we love your lives where you talk about not knowing what to say. And so they gave me some things to say. And I was reading these customer reviews. They're just, effusive with their praise. Now they're the best general contractors and managers of the job. And now during this month, they're doing a bunch of April freebies, like free hardware with exterior door purchases, much bigger things if you're going to do a bigger room or an outdoor project. So not only are they the best, not only are they going to make your project so seamless and easy, but during the month of April, they're giving you a bunch of free stuff. 314-909-1800, call Mosby.com.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh, yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I never thought of myself as the type to settle down. Never knew where the team's next lunch was coming from. But then I met you, Easy Cater.
Workplaces everywhere are saying, I do want delicious food at work. And they're ordering from beloved restaurants with Easy Cater.
You were reliable. You had great options for every budget, even when marketing ops did keto again. We got through that together. With you, it's just so easy. Easy Cater, will you keep showing up at my workplace forever?
Find love at first lunch. Order at easycater.com.
KMOX is an official partner of FanDuel, and right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. This is as the playoffs are on the way, and that's right. You can turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action, from player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, matchups, all of that in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. Don't miss your shot. FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel, play your game. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Are you trying to lose weight and nothing is working? Do you keep hearing about GLP-1s, but you don't know where to start? STO weight loss injections can get you started on a real and impactful weight loss journey. For details and to schedule an appointment, head to STOweightlossinjections.com and get started for just $199.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
100 years of service and still at your service. KMOX. This is the Dave Glover Show on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. Amy Mark Scores hanging out with us for one more segment. Steve Savard at the bottom of the hour. I wanted to keep Amy around for two reasons. One, she is a very serious Christian. It's a big part of her life, probably the biggest part of her life. And I've known her for years about that. And secondly, she's very astute about politics. And this morning, like most of you, I woke up to the president going off on the Pope. It's a weird thing to say. But like if you don't know what a straw man argument is, listen to what he said or read his Truth Social about, the Pope is weak and he's pro-crime and, it's so ridiculous. And the Pope was perfect in his responses. He was so measured and talked about how this is not personal. I'm not going to get into an argument. I'm not a politician, the friggin' Pope. Of course, this is the kind of things popes say. And then Trump put out an AI photo of him as Jesus healing some guy that looks crazily like Epstein. And and I'm sure you've all seen it, but if you haven't, you've been in a meeting or something, there, eagles and fighter jets. And very disturbingly to me, what seemed to be the spirit of dead soldiers hovering above him. And there's lightning, white power coming out of his hands, and he's touching the guy. And, just like ridiculous. And to the point that I voted for Trump in 2016. And every now and then, I will be bent over with guilt over that. You know why? One reason. It was after the Grab 'em by the P came out. And as a guy with a daughter, I should have known better. But I thought Hillary Clinton was the worst person in the world. I was ready for a business person. Let's try this. Very quickly after that, I was out. But that still bothers me. If you're still in, especially if you are a Christian, I don't understand you. I don't understand. The guy he couldn't name one scripture. He said he's never asked God to forgive him. He posts this photo of him as the Messiah. And I don't know how this isn't it. But possibly, if anything can be worse, than posting a photo of you as the Christ. Here's what was worse. Here was his explanation about an hour ago. Rachel, let's play cut number 7.
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as the doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So
So that was Trump as a doctor. Because I know my doctor dresses in biblical garb.
Yeah, and has lightning in his hand and fighter jets overhead.
There's always dead spirits behind him when he takes care of me.
Yeah.
If you're a Christian and you are not completely offended by this, I don't understand you. If you're anyone of any religion and you believe he thought this was him as a doctor, I don't want to know you. I don't want to know about you. I don't want you listening. I question you as a mammal. Like, my God, no pun. Your thoughts, Sam?
Yeah. Well, I'll just start here, kind of where I'm coming from, because I'm not a Democrat, and there are real policy issues, whether it's Gavin Newsom or Zoran Mamdani in New York, and different Democrats, prominent Democrats right now that I disagree with. So I'm not a Democrat. So that's why when people say, why are you always picking on Trump? Why are you so critical towards Trump? Well, I feel like you should be extra critical when it's your own party, when historically I've been Republican. And I say that because I feel politically homeless now. I feel like I'm on an island. There is no conservative party left. But I have historically been a conservative. I am a conservative. So yes, I am more critical of what would have been my own party, or what was my own party. That's why it does damage to the Republican Party. It does damage to the names of conservatives. So, but the worst part is how much this iteration of the party and how much the president invokes Christianity. That goes beyond the politics. How much they talk about Jesus, or when Carolyn Levitt said, "Did you hear how loudly we were praying?" I've prayed a lot, and I never say, "Hey, did everybody hear how loudly I was praying? Did you hear our amen?" The way they talk about war, as Pete Hegseth, and bringing Jesus into it, bringing Bible verses into it. And that's the thing that saddens me, disheartens me, and makes me the most upset, because so much has been done in the name of Christianity, right? That is not Christian. That is not biblical, or that's a bastardization of the Bible verses and so forth. And it's hard for me to say that I am a true Bible believing Christian. I'm evangelical Christian. And to have to say, there's a lot of people who claim to be Christians that I believe who don't know the Lord. There are pastors, priests, whatever, who claim to be Christians. I don't believe really know the Lord. And I hate that so much of my conversations now aren't even necessarily about the Bible or Christianity, but it's about Trump and the MAGA version of Christianity that in many ways is very, very anti-biblical.
Yeah. It's a very interesting thing, because every time, it doesn't have to be religious. It can be anything that he says that's outrageous. But I mean, it's so bad that it's a meme at this point. It's like, first thing is deny it. He didn't say that. And if he did say that, that's not what he meant. And then if he did mean that, well, you're just misunderstanding it. And if you did misunderstand it, oh, it's not that big a deal. Don't make it a big deal. And then after that, it's, well, even if he said it, it's a big deal. Others have said worse things. Like, if you're playing that game, it's gotten to the point where that is like used on a weekly basis. It's that game that we play that people try to explain around it. If you had to explain around a family member this often, you'd probably stop trying. Because at some point, you're going to realize that person's doing stupid things. And they need to stop doing stupid things. But we're not allowed to do that, apparently, because the partisan battle is more important than everything else.
Right?
I mean, he took the image down. I guess that's a good sign. I don't know. I just feel bad for people who think that he does care about their religious lives. I think posting an image like that, it just serves to mock anyone who is Christian. and to be like, hey, this is how little I care. This is how little This is how little importance I place upon the subject. What if I was Jesus? Wait, no, it's me as a doctor. He doesn't want to actually want to take the heat for it. So then he backs off. I mean, the whole thing is sad. I mean, I wish we could have nipped this in the bud a long time ago, but this is where we're at.
Over lunch. I'm not a believer, so I don't believe there is an Antichrist. But if there is, I love thinking about him in his underground lair, watching this on television and being like, this MFer is taking all my best bits. Are you kidding me? Or he's like, that's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
Like even I, the Prince of Darkness Antichrist, would not post a meme of me as Jesus. And here's this guy out here just like living it up.
Yeah. I mean, you cannot trust someone that will never admit they've made a mistake.
No.
You cannot trust someone who will never say, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. That was stupid. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but he's not sorry.
No, I know.
Because that's the thing.
The fact is, he has never apologized for a thing.
He either posted it in a mocking way or in like, hey, this is what I think of myself way, or he didn't realize what he was posting, which is arguably worse. And then whenever he's finally confronted with the fact that he did this thing, he just backs off and says like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I thought it was a doctor. Like, he's not sorry.
He doesn't think that deeply.
No.
Like he's impulsive.
Yes, you're nailing it.
Lazy. Yeah.
And the fact that they deleted it means they were getting heat from inside the house. They didn't delete it because liberals were mad.
But he knows he can change. He can go back. His word doesn't mean anything. He can go back on anything that he says.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz. 3 voices, 1 hour. All Cardinals. The Redbird Rush Hour delivers.
Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building community with Busey Bank. Beyond the game.
The Redbird Rush Hour. Weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals. KMOX.
Don't miss the Route 66 Centennial Festival at the Missouri History Museum, April 30th through May 3rd. Bring back memories of the Mother Road's stunning natural scenery and roadside attractions, and explore its complex history and impacts on communities across the region. Featuring a concert by Sweetie and the Toothaches, a classic car show, neon display, food trucks, lectures, kids' crafts, and more. All activities are free. Schedule at mohistory.org/festival.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Partly sunny skies on tap as we go through our Monday afternoon. Feels a little more like summer than springtime. It's warm, it's humid, it's windy from the south-southwest. Just a tiny chance of a spot shower. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy, and warm. 69 Tuesday, partly sunny, windy. Couple of thunderstorms trying to develop as we go through Tuesday afternoon. A couple of those could be strong to severe. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But there is a lot of dry time on Tuesday, 89 degrees, scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night and Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
So here's my story quickly with Dr. Maupin. I have been doing lives for her for about 20 years. And for 14 of those, we would get together, a few times a year, just, breakfast and such. And we're always just kind of playful with each other. And, I can tell you don't need testosterone yet, winky, winky. And then sometime about 7 years ago, we were having breakfast at Schneidhorst. And she said, you need to come see me. And she never did tell me what she saw. But sure enough, my testosterone was normal. But my free testosterone, which is what your body uses, was low. So I started getting the testosterone pellets that I had been telling you guys for 14 years. And it really did. It turned everything around. And it's not, I don't want to say it's not a big difference because then why would you do it? But it's not like that kind of thing, right? It's subtle. It's consistent over the 5 months that, in between, and it really just makes everything better. Right next door is BioBalance Skin, where I didn't get a chance to go before my concert this Friday at Del Mar Hall, so just pretend I look better than I do. BioBalanceHealth.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Today,
The Cards, the Guardians.
Aaron Total Access 550.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Monday to you. So Steve Savard, everyone knows Steve, right? Whether it's KMOV or it's Rams or it's now with Channel 5. Everyone I know who knows Steve loves him. It's great to have him back in town, and he joins us now. Steve, how are you, my friend?
Dave, thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. I'm great.
Well, Wheels, Kevin Wheeler's here with me. You can tell him what you just said about Steve when I said Steve's going to be on.
Oh yeah, I mean,
he's the coolest guy.
Well, yeah, because look, I when I was the new guy, Steve, new guys trying to get to know everybody and meet everybody, and everybody was really cool. But I don't think the first time I met you was out at Rams Park, and I didn't know anybody, and you came right up to me, and I said, "Man, this guy's the coolest guy ever." So thank you for that.
I appreciate it, Wheels. I think you've done a remarkable job here in town, and you fit in perfectly. And I respect your knowledge, and I know you had the background for it, so it's been an easy association for sure.
Man, checks in the mail. Thank you.
Steve, you're still a big guy, but back, 15, 20 years ago, you were just an enormous guy. And Wheels was talking about thinking that you were probably a Rams alum. I think a lot of people thought you played in the NFL.
Before I met you.
And you were a very elite athlete, right?
Well, I don't know if I was elite. This is how poorly my stint, and I call it a stint, in the NFL ran for a couple of training camps and 1 year in IR. My first job in TV news was for the tidy sum of $12,000 doing weekend sports in Billings, Montana. That's how impressed they were with. That's how impressed they were with my elite athlete status and NFL resume. But no, I mean, I'm proud of. I worked the hard way through it from a Division II school in the '80s to put myself on the NFL radar, and it didn't work out. I didn't stay healthy enough. All I got was 2 training camps and a year in injured reserve. But I'm proud of the fact that I worked and I did make myself into an NFL prospect.
So between KMOV and KSDK, you spent some time in Springfield, Missouri. Tell us about that.
Well, 4 years, and I was in 2021. I was talking to some stations and having conversations that were not geographically desirable. As far as we had 3 grandkids and a 4th on the way at the time. We now have 9.
Wow!
So I needed to stay close. I needed to stay close to family. My wife really needed to stay close. So the Springfield thing came up on a lark. It was 3 hours away. They made me an incredible offer to come down. I hit it off with the people I needed to hit it off with. And I always knew I'd be down there for one contract, which was 4 years. And then I'd come back to St. Louis, and it worked out fine.
Steve, the stuff you're doing with Channel 5, I know revolves around veterans. Has that been a lifelong, career-long thing for you?
Well, I had a franchise, the similar franchise when I was at Channel 4 my last couple of years there, and I really enjoyed it. I grew up in a household where, it wasn't beat into us, but it was instilled in us that we have reverence for people who serve their country. My dad was a Army veteran, and he enlisted after graduating St. Louis University in 1950. He never saw combat in Korea. He had this amazing reverence for the men of his generation who did see combat in both World War II and Korea. And it was just kind of instilled in us. And I became fascinated as a kid by World War II specifically, and I still am a World War II historian, but it's a real pleasure for me to be able to tell these stories and put the highlight on these people that serve their country. And a lot of them, we may be at the grocery store next to a guy who's got a Purple Heart, or he's got 3 Bronze Stars for valor in combat. You know, these veterans don't self-promote. They don't get, particularly the Vietnam era veterans, they don't get enough credit for what they did. And it made sense for me to start telling these stories, and I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, Steve, my dad, he joined the Navy when he was 17 after Pearl Harbor, and he immediately went to the South Pacific, spent 4 years there, Iwo Jima, Philippines, the whole deal. Never said a word about it. I would ask him about it, and he would just, we all did what, we were called to do. And then, ironically, much later in his life, he developed Alzheimer's. And he didn't know who he was or who I was or what he had for breakfast, but he had a perfect memory of the 1940s. And he told me all of his stories, which were amazing. And I couldn't believe that my 5'6", 120-pound, 17-year-old dad did these things. I would have never known. But it just, kind of proves your point that there are true heroes walking around out there that we have no idea.
And they're just humble about their service, particularly World War II. Dave, I got chills there. You must be very proud of what your dad accomplished, because I've said this a million times. I think back to my years, college age years, and I thought, I was doing something, putting myself through college on a scholarship and working my way to becoming an NFL prospect. It pales in comparison. I'll never, ever, ever actually fully understand or never not appreciate what we've asked of 18, 19, 20, in some cases, like your dad, 17, because they were motivated by Pearl Harbor, or they lied to get into service a year early.
Yep.
I'm just amazed at what we've asked of young men at that age. And I'm more amazed at how they have consistently delivered.
Yes.
And particularly that generation, just remarkable at a time when the world, not just America, the world needed heroism.
I'm a history and military buff as well, Steve, more the Civil War. And I was doing a deep dive on Gettysburg and especially Pickett's charge. And as you probably know, it's like a mile across that field, and there's a fence about halfway across. And they talked about a certain percentage of the men would just collapse out of fear, and they would just lie there next to the fence weeping. And when I read that, I had to put my book down and take a walk, because I thought, I have no idea. I kind of think I know who I might be in combat. I have no idea.
No.
I've never been tested. I might have been one of those guys by the fences, and God love the guys who were.
Yeah, and I say that about my father. I think that one of the reasons why my father had such great reverence is because he was perfectly willing and able to go to Korea, whatever they had in mind for him. He had other roles. He didn't see combat. But I always think, and he never said this, but I think this is part of why he instilled it in us. He always wondered whether he'd measure up and in combat, and if he'd answer the bell. And, every veteran I've ever run that by, particularly of his generation, always told me he would have answered the bell just like we did.
Yeah.
We did what we were expected to do. There was no training that could really prepare us adequately for it, but we did the best we could. And I'm sure your father would have done the best he could too.
Yeah. We also want to talk to Steve Samar about sports.
I mean, it's up to Steve. This has been fun. Because it's like, here we are, 3 of us. My dad served also during Vietnam, but not in Vietnam. He was stationed in Thailand. So you do have a different perspective, because you don't have the experience. I didn't either. I mean, we talked about this a lot, Steve, here, that the 80s and 90s, this just wasn't a thing. I mean, for a lot of people, there wasn't any major conflict. I graduated college in 1994. It was Desert Storm, but there wasn't much like call to arms, call to action. There's this big thing. And it's such a different thing than it was even in Vietnam or Korea, or especially World War II. And we kind of got our generation skipped in that regard. Like, we didn't have to do it. It wasn't something that was really a major thing. It was a choice. And a lot of great, honorable people, some of my friends and family members did it then too, but it wasn't that same circumstance.
No, and these stories always amaze me, Wheels. I just came from my story this week. I just came from a shoot His name is Joe Middendorf. He'll be featured Thursday night at 6 o'clock on KSDK, a Vietnam veteran. It took 50 years to get his Purple Heart awarded to him.
Wow.
He, in a 3-day battle, he and a medic saved lives. He was a gunner. He was a sharpshooter, and he provided cover. He got hit by shrapnel in the head and the leg within the first 5 hours of the battle. He refused to be medevaced out because they were outnumbered 2,700 to like 90, and he couldn't leave. And so there was no paper trail to a hospital for proper treatment. The medic, James McLuhan, patched him up in the field of combat, and he just went on and on for 3 days.
Wow.
And they fought. Well, James McLuhan in 2017 was awarded the Medal of Honor. He saved as many as 10 people that day in the battlefield.
Wow.
But he says, I wouldn't have done it without Joe Middendorf and my other gunner putting their lives in the line for me. And he said, I'm not going to take my Medal of Honor, which is the highest medal you can get. I'm not going to take it unless Joe finally gets his Purple Heart. Well, he did.
Wow.
50 years after leaving Vietnam, Joe got his Purple Heart. And we talk about that, and we just talked about that today at his home in Hazelwood, and he'll be featured this week.
Really cool.
Thursday night at 6 o'clock.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Good work, buddy. Good work.
Appreciate it.
All right, that is Steve Savard. You can see him on Channel 5 and follow along. Steve, we'd love to have you on a regular basis, man. Like, according to your schedule, let's do it.
And you know what? We're still happy to talk sports.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll do it.
It's been
Thanks
a
for
while,
having me
man.
on,
It's
guys.
been a long time since we got to do that. So let's do it.
You're welcome.
Yes, it is. Yes, it has. But thanks for having me on today, guys, and hit me up anytime.
See you, Steve. Tell you guys about the Gelman team. I treat real estate too much like it's seasonal. And of course, everything is to some extent. And, people, with the tulips are coming out now and it's warm weather and going to be in the 80s. And people start thinking more serious about that. But it really is like a year-round thing. And whether it is a white-hot seller's market or it's kind of a slow molasses buyer's market, one thing remains the same. Like any other professional, doctor, lawyer, accountant, architect, you always want to get the best one you can afford. Fortunately, in the world of real estate, they're all kind of, very, very similar. Like, you don't have people who are super expensive and people who are super cheap. So you're not going to pay, more for the Gelmans than you will for most other real estate agents, but they're so much better. They have so many resources. They have so much information. They're just good at this and they love it. I've done 3 transactions with them. They have great communications. They're excellent negotiators. I felt like I always came out on top when I used them. If you want to find out what your home is worth right now, you can go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address. We'll tell you. 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
2026, I've been hearing from customers and friends that their utility bills went up quite a bit for the electric bill. That being said, and you're looking at buying a new air conditioner, or you're thinking, hey, I guess let's just get an air conditioner so it helps with the electric bills. If you have an old system, it definitely can help you. But watch your thinking. Just because you are told this is a so-called high-efficient air conditioner, it's not going to save you nowhere near what you think it's going to save you. Just replacing your old equipment is the biggest thing, and make your house efficient. An air conditioner is not going to make your house efficient. That being said, it's a great time to purchase an air conditioner if you get the correct one. Don't overspend. Don't believe the hype. In other words, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Call me, Bart Inman, at 314, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600. Again, the easiest of numbers, 314-293-2600 or bartinman.com. God bless.
Get ready to laugh out loud, St. Louis. The outrageous Broadway hit Spamalot is riding into the fabulous Fox Theater May 5th through the 17th. From the twisted minds of Monty Python, this Tony Award-winning musical brings you killer rabbits, dancing knights, and non-stop hilarity. It's the legend of King Arthur like you've never seen it before. More information can be found at KMOX.com/events.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Bethesda. You've heard me talk with Dave on the air about how tough the aging journey can be. It can be especially hard to know where to start. That's why Bethesda offers Care Navigation, designed to help you truly understand your options for senior care and services. Our award-winning services can be provided in a variety of settings, including the privacy of wherever a senior calls home. To learn more, go to BethesdaHealth.org and click Where Do I Start?
Everything you knew about reaching customers online is being rewritten. Time to rethink your approach. Outcomes from Viant finds real customers, not impressions, not clicks, customers. Our AI maximizes every dollar of your budget against the outcomes that matter most and proves it happened. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Man, feels like it should be 3. What a packed hour. Talked to Amy Markscores, who, if you didn't know, got second place in the Go Marathon over the weekend. Really proud of Amy. Talked about Donald Trump posting a picture of himself as Jesus, which he says, what? How could anyone think that? I'm a doctor. I love they said, like, the fake news. How could anyone think that? Oh, my God. It just, like, the gaslighting of a planet is just amazing. Anyway, leave that behind. Did you guys see the video of the Phillies minor league team's bat dog?
No.
No.
What kind of dog is it?
It is the greatest thing you're ever going to see. If you're in a bad mood, Google Phillies minor league bat dog. I think it was his first night.
Oh, yeah?
And he's supposed to run out. He's like a yellow lab.
It's a girl, and her name is Lucy.
So full of energy. So here's what she does. She doesn't go out and get the bat. She just wants to run. And so she's running up to every player, and they're trying to catch her. And then she stops in the middle of the infield and takes a dump.
Yeah.
Well, she's excited.
And the crowd is going crazy. The crowd is applauding as if someone hit for the cycle. And this dog is just loving it and performing and wagging its tail. It was so great.
Very cute.
Kind of thing we need.
Lucy Mays. That's her name.
It is one of the coolest things about the minor leagues is stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, a bat dog that's going to come out there and just have a good time. Somebody's going to get a little training, I think. Because the next time will be a little better.
Yeah. Anything on anyone's mind before the top of the hour?
This Eric Swalwell stuff.
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't believe he still had supporters after all of this time.
I know.
He just always came across as a very insincere person to me. And then he had that whole thing with like the person who is associated with China who placed an intern in his office. Yeah, that was a big deal. Like I want to say like 6-7 years ago. at that point, if that would have happened to me and someone had put a spy from China into my internship program, I probably would have said, you know what, this one's on me. I'm probably going to step aside. I messed up here. But no, he just kept going and kept being like, not just outspoken, but like unobnoxiously outspoken, like would dunk the basketball at times where it's like, man, I don't know if this is really helping anybody, Eric. And he was just always out there front and center. And now he is facing these allegations of sexual misconduct, sexual assault, and he's calling all of the women liars. But he did drop out of the race for governor in California. So.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all liars. The ones that are willing to go public and give their names and tell the stories in detail. I'm sure they're all liars. Not you, the serial liar.
Do you give the Democrats any credit at all for just kind of going, no?
I don't know about credit because it should be the basic thing, right? It should be you do these things, you go away.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't want to give credit for it.
True.
We can draw a distinction if we want to, but I don't think it's point. I mean, I think that the important thing is this should be the expectation. When people do bad things, they should go away. Not hard.
So I was silently communicating with Rach.
Yeah, you guys were doing like smoke signals and like.
Also, I was watching a lot of Frasier this weekend.
You love Frasier. You and Nick.
It's a wonderful show.
Nick watches the whole thing like once a year.
Well, I didn't watch it as a kid. I've only watched it as an adult. And comparing it to other 90s sitcoms, all I can say is Friends could never. Seinfeld could never. And I love Seinfeld. Frasier is such a good show. But he's obviously doing a radio show with his producer, Roz. There are so many hijinks they get into because of the fact that it's radio and the audience can't see what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And it got me to thinking, like, I like doing the stream. I love hearing from the people commenting on the stream. But Frasier didn't have to do a stream.
No.
Simpler times back then.
Yep.
That means we're better than Frasier.
Yeah.
I've never doubted that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all knew it. I'm just speaking what we all knew.
Yeah. It's just so obvious.
Let me tell you guys about my friend, Dr. Matt Bays at Bays Sports Medicine. It's a challenge for Matt in that he is niche, kind of a tweener, right? He's not like my general practitioner, my GP, my go-to guy who draws my blood and talks about my weight and, all that kind of stuff. He's not that guy. And he's not Corey Solman, who's going to put a rod in your femur, but he's in the middle. He is a sports doctor, very experienced. And so if you or someone you care about has a fresh injury and you're worried about it, whether it's you or an elderly loved one or your 12-year-old athlete, you can go see Matt at Bay Sports Med and get great care and analysis. If you have a chronic pain, maybe you know what it's from. Maybe you tore your rotator cuff and never had it surgically repaired. He can help you out. He is great at regenerative medicine, the stem cell injections, but that's not the only thing, the only arrow he has to shoot at whatever problem you have. Great guy, great doctor, 636-735-3003, BaysSportsMed.com.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old
home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. Legacybox.com/radio.
It's the spring clearance sale at Miller Furniture and Mattress now through April 21st.
I'm Mark Miller, owner of Miller Furniture, your home for quality American-made furniture since 1927. Don't miss savings of up to 75% off our list price throughout all 4 showrooms. Plus, get up to 60 months special financing.
We have more American-made furniture than ever to choose from. Finish every room in your home with quality Amish-made furniture in today's updated styles.
See our new spring styles on display, including our fully stocked Flex Steel and Smith Brothers furniture galleries.
It's time to get the quality sleep you deserve. Right now, take half off any Chapman Wells luxury mattress when you purchase an adjustable base.
Visit any of our 4 locations, Belleville, Fairview Heights, Lake St. Louis, or Ellisville to save on over $8 million of inventory with delivery as fast as tomorrow.
Don't miss the spring clearance sale at Miller Furniture now through April 21st and save up to 75%.
At Miller Furniture, we put the family in furniture. Shop online at MUELLERfurniture.com.
All right, guys, coming up at 2:30, we're going to talk to our buddy Bernie Nicholas. I also want to encourage you, if you are at home listening or, just in a place where you're able to do this, check out our stream on Facebook and YouTube. Just search for The Dave Glover Show on Facebook, and on YouTube, our username is Dave Glover Show 2000, and you can watch us.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, partly sunny and 83 degrees downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Kina in for Michael Calhoun. Our top story, President Trump reacting as to whether he should apologize to Pope Leo for his criticism of him.
No, I don't, because Pope Leo said things that are wrong. He was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran.
California Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell has ended his run for governor, an effort which had him the front runner until revelations of sexual misconduct came out in recent days. Swalwell is suspending the campaign, which allows him to use donor funds to set up a potential defense fund. Those accusations are so strong and seemingly backed up that the House is likely to try to expel Swalwell if he does not resign his seat. We get more from CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian.
It is by moving forward potentially with an expulsion resolution against Congressman Swalwell. Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna of Florida, a Republican, has said that she intends to file an expulsion resolution against the California congressman.
Clayco founder Bob Clark believes the Festus Data Center would be a huge win for Festus residents after their voters elected 4 new council members who oppose the $6 billion project. Can he win their support?
The onus is on us. We're going to have to convince the community that it's good for their community.
But whether they can remains up in the air, as Clark maintains the belief the citizens who voted out half the city council do not speak for Festus residents at large. He says they need to convince the new council members to support this project.
We're not going to barge into the community and build this data center if we can't win at least some of these new council people over. We're going to have to sit in a room. We're going to have to listen to their concerns. And we're not going to be bulls in a china closet. That's just not the way we operate.
He adds it is his belief the new council members cannot block the deal to build a data center in Festus. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
And from the KMOX business desk, a local real estate advisor says we have hit a low watermark in home sales in the United States this year.
Mark Gelman of the Gelman team tells KMOX nationwide trends show under 4 million home sales in the United States this year. Compare that to 2021, when nearly 7 million homes sold.
We're looking at almost 40-something% less homes sold last year versus, for example, 2021. And then, as I mentioned, this report is suggesting that they're pacing at under 4 million, which is a really, really low number.
That report from the National Realtors Association shows a 3.6% drop in existing home sales between February and March. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
And Megan Lynch goes in depth on the local real estate market tomorrow morning at 8:40 on Total Information AM. A check of the Dow from Stifel at this hour. It is up 110 points, almost 111 to 48,027. Taking a look at our traffic right now, it looks like the only real issues we have out there is that moving road work for northbound 270 drivers just right at Manchester. All lanes are open, but there are vehicles in the roadway, so use extra care there. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, Dave Murray has our forecast.
Partly sunny skies on tap as we go through our Monday afternoon. Feels a little more like summer than springtime. It's warm, it's humid, it's windy from the south-southwest. Just a tiny chance of a spot shower. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy, and warm. 69 Tuesday, partly sunny, windy. Couple of thunderstorms trying to develop as we go through Tuesday afternoon. A couple of those could be strong to severe. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But there is a lot of dry time on Tuesday, 89 degrees, scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night and Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's windy, 84 degrees in St. Peters, 83 in Florissant, and downtown at the Arch, it's 83. I'm Maria Kina, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com. Hi, Margaret with Eamon Gantner and Capriano. How's your family? Do you have a legal plan for them when you're gone? Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. A few minutes past 2 p.m. Bernie Miklasz will be with us at 2:30. Looking at the stream, Missouri Matt says, does anyone believe an 80-year-old man knows how to make an AI picture and post it? Just feel like his people are doing these things. He may be directing it, but he's not personally making it.
What's the difference?
Yeah. I send audio to Andrew every single day. If you put a gun to my head and said, make audio come out of these speakers, I would have no idea how to do it. But be sure that no audio gets played on the show that I don't know about.
Right.
I'll also say this. The one thing I will give Trump is I've never doubted for a minute the entire time I've known about his existence, whether his business or his administration, I've never once doubted whether he was in charge or not. He's in charge.
Good point, yeah.
And Matt even said, I posted this. He said, and remember the last time he posted the Obamas as monkeys, there was some intern or something who was never mentioned, who posted it. On this one, he said, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure.
I mean, he didn't make
that someone made it. And I'm sure people make this stuff every single day.
And send it to all the time. Yeah,
this is not the first Trump is Jesus thing ever to be made.
Yeah.
But he saw it and posted it after having a fight with the Pope. And then what I think is even worse is he came out today and said, I thought it was me being a doctor. Now, let me tell you something.
If he actually believes that, he's stupid.
Let me tell you something. I'm a good citizen. I'm a patriot. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm an institutionalist. I'm a graduate of a very good law school. I understand we have the 25th Amendment. I understand we have impeachment. But I'll tell you what I wish we had. I wish we had a big red button that you could just push and send him down a trapdoor. When you do something that stupid, when an American president says, post himself as the Lord, and then comes back and says, oh, I thought I was a doctor, hit the big red button. Just skip all the other stuff. That is insanity. Insanity. We're a laughing stock. Crazy.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who's making the picture. The fact that the most powerful person on the planet is amplifying it because he thinks it's either flattering or owning someone or whatever, it's ridiculous. It's the behavior of a 10-year-old.
It seems to have originated with that Nick Adams guy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That Trump just made like ambassador to Mars or whatever it was.
Right.
I think he posted a very similar image a couple of months ago. I don't think it had the weird demon monster in the background.
Well, here's the thing.
How did that come about?
The thing to keep in mind is I don't think, like Andrew said, this is originating from other accounts. The president is seeing this in his scroll. He has a scroll just like all of us do. There is an algorithm influencing Donald Trump the same way an algorithm influences anyone with social media. So he is seeing these things on his algorithm and he's saying, ha, funny. And then he's hitting repost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really that simple. I don't think he's like directing people to draft up images.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's seeing it and he goes,
point.
I like that one. And then he just posts it because it means nothing to him.
Yeah, he's not calling the cabinet together.
Exactly.
And making a decision.
He's just showing us how little he cares.
But it's also, this is kind of reading between the lines on what you're saying, Rach, but it's terrifying that we have like an algorithmically influenced president.
Yeah, that's been apparent
before
over
that
and
he was
over again.
influenced by watching TV.
Right.
I mean, how do you think Pete Hegseth has the job that he does? Because he was watched on TV by the president.
Can we talk about something related, but a little more intellectual? The United States military, to my understanding, has now implemented a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. So the United States, have shut down the Strait of Hormuz. I don't understand it. And when I say that, I mean, like, I don't understand it. I'm really looking for you guys to help me.
Yeah.
Because I thought the Strait of Hormuz was already shut down, and that was the problem. And we needed to open it up. But I guess Trump so doesn't want Iran to have a toll booth, which 2 weeks ago he said was going to be a joint toll booth, and we were going to get half the tolls with Iran. That was crazy talk. But I don't understand it. It's sort of like if I did a blockade on Schnucks at 3 a.m. when it's closed. Like, yeah, you can't get in, but if I stop my blockade, you still can't get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I don't understand, one, what he's even doing, and two, how that helps at all. Because if the strait is closed by Iran or us, gas prices are going to go crazy. The world's going to be pissed. I guess I would rather have Iran shutting it down than us.
So the question I would say, I have no idea what the differentiation is like, as far, because I'm not a military person. But if Iran was letting select tankers through select countries to come to their ports to get oil, because it sounds like the plan is to keep them from making money off of selling oil.
While shutting down 20% of the world's supply.
Well, that's the problem, right? This is the whole problem with Iran. The whole problem with them is everything you do to try to achieve whatever your goals are. And I don't know that we've even seen the clear objectives laid out as to what we're trying to get done.
Yeah.
Right? Because at first it wasn't regime change, and then it was. I mean, those goalposts have moved. But when you're in this position, everything you're doing with them negatively impacts a huge chunk of the world, which is probably why most presidents have never done anything like this.
I think we figured it out.
I mean, it's that combined with this isn't going to be easy. And anyone who said it would be easy is just lying to themselves. Like, yeah, the bombing part's easy. We'll hit our targets. Our military's great. They're going to do that.
Have you guys seen?
But it's more than that.
The Maggie Haberman, Jonathan Swan coverage of this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, my Lord. I'm not sure exactly how, but they have actual quotes of everyone in the room when he called everyone together on the eve of invading Iran and asked everyone's opinion. And not only was every single person against it, but they were vehemently against it. And they were giving him reasons. And that I understand that a chief executive, like a chief anything, makes the final decision.
Yep.
And I saw a really interesting take on this by a pundit who said, I think they put it out there on purpose because they wanted everyone to know that it was contemplative, that they got all the opinions and he thought about them and he made a decision. But you can't get away from the fact that every opinion he got, I'm sure other than Hegseth, because he wasn't on it, said, no, don't go for this reason or that reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the best sign of a really strong leader is that you'll listen to the people you surround yourself with. Sure, you ultimately get to make the call, but if you let's say you hire 10 people and 9 or 10 of those people in a meeting say this is a bad idea. If you choose the bad idea, it's entirely on you.
Yeah.
And you need to wear it when it goes bad.
Yeah.
That's what a leader is. If you make a bad call, you own it. You don't get to pretend that it was not your fault.
As Go to Sleep points out, he's so pissed that the allies aren't there to bail him out. But what do you expect when you treat people like crap the way he has, certainly this past year or so? People aren't really that excited to help you out when they don't have to.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, we have actual, I don't know if I'd say we'd go as far as to say enemies at this point, but rivals, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could say that they're enemies in a way, right? I mean, it's more subversive than it is overt. But we have actual opposition with Russia. Although the China thing is weird, right? Because we're opponents, but yet we do a lot of business together. It's a very odd relationship. But yeah, there are actual, and look, Iran falls into that. They're an actual enemy. But we've done for years now is just crap on allies who will work with us if you work with them. But why would you expect any, like take the president as an example. Do you think he would do anything nice for someone that's terrible to him?
No.
Of course not.
Well,
and I don't know that I would either.
And as it was pointed out earlier in the segment, there is not a clear goal for an ally to help us work towards. It's almost as if we're just, not we, but a certain person is just flailing and making all sorts of different decisions and throwing things at the wall and trying to see what sticks.
I really am not trying to pile on, which is what it seems like, but this is just the news of the day. Have you seen the Arc de Trump? The new arch?
The new arch, the renderings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like, I'm not intimately familiar with DC. I've been there a couple times, but it is evidently in this, it's being called sacred space, between the Lincoln Memorial and Arlington Cemetery. And it's like twice as high as anything in DC. And it's massive. And it's blocking all the views and such. And he came out today and said that there would be public funding for it. He's going to take it from money that is earmarked for humanities and the arts. And anyway, it just makes, to me, my humble opinion, you guys may be completely in favor of it, but it just makes me feel crazy. It's one thing to feel like, I don't think things are going very well. I'm not very happy with the direction of things. It's another to just feel crazy. And when you wake up and your president has really taken a big crap on the pontiff and then posted a picture of himself as the Lord and then said, oh, I thought it was me as a doctor. And then here's this enormous arch that I want to put in the middle of everything. It makes you feel crazy.
It's because it is crazy. I mean, if we wanted to do something cool to memorialize the 250th anniversary of the creation of our nation, that's fine. But it doesn't need to be this giant gaudy thing that literally trumps everything else. And you don't need a specific president's name and identity all over it. It should be done for the nation. It should be something that recognizes the founding fathers and recognizes all of the major events that have happened from the Revolutionary War to the Civil War.
Amen.
And it should be subtle, like the rest of the monuments there, right? I mean, we have a Lincoln Memorial. It's not ridiculous. It's not ornate gold. It's not 6 times the size of everything else. It doesn't need to be that.
It's a great point, Wheels. Look at the Washington Monument. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was ahead of its time. It's an obelisk.
Yeah,
it's nothing crazy and
if
gaudy.
it's something that's in along the lines, I guess here's the way that look at it this way: when you have a lot of cities have like building codes, right? So maybe a McDonald's in this town has to look more like the other buildings there, so that it blends together and it looks good, right? As opposed to different colors and shapes. Or you have a neighborhood that's we have no weird stuff, no parking your boat next to this, no. Make it fit into the surroundings.
Yeah.
Don't make it stand out from the surroundings. Make it a part of what DC already is.
Agreed. Tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. Let me just be really honest about this. Most of you don't need it because most of us at any given time are not in the market for replacement windows. But I have 30, maybe more companies with goods and services and products that I present to you on a daily, weekly, yearly, decade basis. And it's a big enough audience with KMOX and people streaming that there are a number of you out there who do need replacement windows. For those of you, I and Universal would encourage you to get more than one bid because we're going to look really good next to the other guys. We play it straight. We play it right down the middle. We're a little bit on the conservative, boring side, but I kind of like that in a window company. I want exciting window guys. We always have a deal for you right now. It's buy two, get two for free with no limit. 24 months, no payments, no interest, $500 off your total bill. 314-334-2522, universalwindowsdirect.com.
For years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast. Available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code WAGON for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WAGON for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's WAGON.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
KMOX is an official partner of FanDuel, and right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. This is as the playoffs are on the way, and that's right. You can turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action, from player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, matchups, all of that in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. Don't miss your shot. FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel, play your game. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Presented by Worldwide Technology, the BizDash 5K is back. Produced by the St. Louis Sports Commission, a high-energy corporate race in St. Louis's healthiest happy hour. Thursday, May 7th at Energizer Park. Register your team at stlbizdash.com.
Come celebrate our Customer Appreciation Days, April 24th and 25th, and save up to 10 to 20% on trees, shrubs, annuals, tropicals, perennials, houseplants, and more. KMOX will be live on Saturday. Visit www.chesterfieldvalleynursery.com for more details.
Still here, still trusted. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS 222. Bernie Michaelis up next. I couldn't believe this one. Maybe I'm just out of it. New study says that the average pet owner spends $4,272 per year on one dog or cat. So that's about $50,000 over the lifetime of a pet. That seems really high.
That does seem high.
That stuff gets expensive.
I mean, maybe I'm just like, I don't. Okay, let's just be honest. I started to say, like, I don't put that in my budget. I don't have a budget. But if I did, I wouldn't be like, now, what are we spending on kibble? You know, so, I mean, Moses is into me for about $3,000 on swallowing socks. So,
yeah, I tell you what, we switched my cat over to wet food. Oof, that starts adding up.
Yeah, that stuff is expensive for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Megan's talking about she wants to start feeding her 2 cans a day. I was like, no, we cannot afford 2 cans of wet food a day.
Man,
what if not even kidding, because we've looked at that stuff at times too, and sometimes instead of that, we'll just use like canned chicken or tuna because it's cheaper than some of those foods.
Yeah. Well, Gigi will only eat Purina 1.
Oh, really?
she'll eat Purina 1 and bugs in the basement. That's what. Yeah,
it is amazing.
That's what she eats.
I have one dog that's super picky. Like the other guy, he'll eat anything, but our Lucy, it's very, very picky about what she eats and what's in there. And it's amazing that they get that way. Like you're that choosy about which one of those things is that different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's because they know they can do it. You know?
Yeah.
If they were starving, they'd eat it.
They would eventually. They would come around to it, but that's not exactly the plan.
Lucy really likes beef flavored Fancy Feast pate. And then they make these Fancy Feast items called gems. And they're basically like little souffles with gravy all over them.
Oh, man.
Now those get expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those get crazy.
Was it a big thing? I'm really going to out myself here as being a complete redneck white trash. But was it a thing for you at all growing up to like eat dog food? Like on a dare kind of thing?
Yeah.
No, the treats.
Okay, thank you, Ray.
The dog biscuits,
Yeah.
we did that.
You never knew anyone who like ate a piece of dog food on a dare? Or like the little milk bones?
Milk
Yeah,
bones
I
for
guess
sure.
maybe.
The milk bones for sure. I've done that.
I know
I guess
people who
maybe. It
liked
wasn't
the
like
milk
a-
bones.
Yeah, it's not good. It's
I've-
not good. But
I've considered trying. I never did when I was a kid, but there were times where you'd look at the milk bone and you'd be like,
The
I
only
wonder.
one that's ever tempted me is the bacon strips. Those look okay.
yeah.
those tempted me as recently as like a couple weeks ago. When we got those
When they were
bags
in,
with
yeah.
the bacon strips in
He's
them.
like, I'm hungry. Maybe.
I popped the bag open and I was giving it a smell. I was like,
You think it's like beef jerky?
really curious to know.
Here's the kind of thing you don't expect me to say on the DGS, but did you guys see the Sabrina Carpenter thing over the weekend?
Yeah.
From Coachella?
No idea what you're talking about.
As I understand it, she was performing and a young lady was singing something called a Zagruta. And I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, but it's in the Muslim culture and it's a vocalization. And Sabrina kind of stopped her show. And I thought she's being kind of charming about it, but maybe it just, whatever. But she was saying like, what's that? And I don't like it. And someone said, it's my culture. And she said, your culture is yodeling. And so she was taking a bunch of flack. And then she came out today and she said, hey, someone explained it to me. My apologies. I will know better next time. I think that's the way you handle stuff.
That is how you handle a mistake. When you screw up, you apologize for it, learn from it, and then say, I won't do it again.
But the thing is, did she screw up?
That's the thing.
Like-
yeah, I don't
like,
think she did anything wrong.
She didn't do it. Like, I thought it was very classy of her to be like, oh, okay, well, now I know what that is. But like, if anyone yells out anything disruptive during your show, I think as a performer, like you kind of have a right to interact with them if you want.
Sure. And I thought she did it very gently.
Yeah, no, she seems by all accounts to be have really great stage presence and be a very charming performer, as you said, Dave. But I just wondered over the weekend, the people who were like raking her over the coals online about this exclamation, like how many of them knew what that was prior to this incident?
Exactly.
Or if it was just an excuse to get mad and to high road somebody.
Yes, it's an excuse to be a woke scold, and the thing you get from doing that is, like Rachel said, you high road somebody, you get to feel superior, you get to go, I can't believe Sabrina would do something so insensitive. She didn't do anything wrong. She heard a weird noise in the crowd. She was like, that's a weird noise. Could you knock that off? And then they're like, it's my culture. And she's like, I don't know what that means.
Mhm.
And then somebody went, well, it's like in certain Muslim cultures, it's like a thing. It's a good thing. And then Sabrina's like, oh, okay. I had no idea. Because how would you know if you've never come across that, which I'm going to guess 95+% of people haven't.
Yeah.
How would you ever know?
Can we go one more minute?
Yeah.
Go to Sleep brings up Justin Bieber at Coachella. Did you see that one?
I did. Yeah, he ended up just looking up old YouTube videos of himself and I guess singing over those videos.
Yeah.
People were complaining and saying it was lazy, which, yeah, it obviously is pretty lazy, but it also seemed like the crowd was having a good time. And the way I saw it explained was a lot of these were songs from when he was younger and his voice was much higher. So he sings in a lower register now. So it was just a more comfortable way to perform those songs, if that makes sense, like him singing along with himself as a kid. That being said, if I paid thousands of dollars to go to Coachella and that was the headliner, I probably would have been pretty annoyed by that.
Yeah, maybe just don't go see Bieber.
Yeah, as I understood it, and maybe this was in his head, maybe it wasn't, but he was featuring a lot of his new stuff because he sold his catalog. And so people go out and buy his earlier stuff. He doesn't make any money from it.
Right.
And I kind of appreciate the weirdness of it. Like that was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But as a performer, like I think if on Friday night at Delmar Hall, I just sang along to some YouTube songs, people would be like, okay, this kind of sucked. But
you'd be.
Then again, I'm not Bieber.
Yeah.
Tell you guys about Ophthalmology Associates. It's the beginning of a new year. If you've not had your eyes examined, now's a great time to call and do it. If you wear glasses or contacts, I'm sure you know this. In Missouri, your prescription goes stale after 12 months. I've done it the past 3 or 4 years, and it's just, I mean, it couldn't be better. Everyone's super nice. Everyone is very professional and courteous. You go from station to station, at least I do, and then you end up with your doctor. Mine is Dr. Greg Birdie, and you are sitting there in a chair across from them, sitting in a chair, and they're telling you about your eye health, and you're asking questions, and it's great. It's not going to cost you any more than other eye exams, but it's comprehensive, and it's eye doctors doing it. And if you are interested in the LASIK procedure or the cataract procedure, no one is better. 314-966-5000 or yourEyeDoc.com.
Your ride home just got a lot less of this and a lot more of this.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going, a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field, and it's a gunner.
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, Bernie Miklasz. 3 voices, 1 hour. All Cardinals. The Redbird Rush Hour delivers.
Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building community with Busey Bank. Beyond the game.
The Redbird Rush Hour. Weeknights at 5 on the voice of the Cardinals. KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by i3 Broadband. Spring is here. Time to toss out that dusty treadmill and your laggy cable internet. Upgrade to 100% in-home fiber from i3 Broadband. Plus, we're springing forward with our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. So no data caps, just pure speed. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
Partly sunny skies on tap as we go through our Monday afternoon. Feels a little more like summer than springtime. It's warm, it's humid, it's windy from the south-southwest. Just a tiny chance of a spot shower. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy, and warm. 69 Tuesday, partly sunny, windy. Couple of thunderstorms trying to develop as we go through Tuesday afternoon. A couple of those could be strong to severe. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But there is a lot of dry time on Tuesday, 89 degrees, scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night and Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Hey, Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's something I run into a lot with younger homeowners, and happened to be with my little boy. He was looking at purchasing homes. This house had a 20-plus-year-old furnace and air conditioner. And, of course, my advice was never buy a house with that old of an air conditioner. You will be buying a new one. And he goes, well, how much does a new one cost? For his size home, total figure tens of thousands to over $20,000. If you're looking at a house, my personal opinion is make sure it's a newer unit. If not, request buyers to put in a newer unit. It makes it easier on your 15 or 30-year mortgage if it's included in the loan. Just my piece of advice for that. But if you're hearing this after the fact and you do need a new air conditioner, sorry to hear that, but call me, Bart Inman, one easy number in Missouri and Illinois. The easiest of numbers. It is 314-293-2600 or bartinman.com. God bless.
Don't miss the Route 66 Centennial Festival at the Missouri History Museum, April 30th through May 3rd. Bring back memories of the Mother Road's stunning natural scenery and roadside attractions, and explore its complex history and impacts on communities across the region. Featuring a concert by Sweetie and the Toothaches, a classic car show, neon display, food trucks, lectures, kids' crafts, and more. All activities are free. Schedule at mohistory.org/festival.
Your garage door is always there for you, rain or shine. Are you taking your garage door for granted? Is it screeching and whining for attention? Trust Overhead Door Company of St. Louis to keep your garage door reliable. Maybe the old weather stripping needs replaced to keep out the cold and hot air. Call Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, trusted here since 1926. For same-day service, call 314-781-5200 and schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX. Bernie Miklasz on KMOX is sponsored by Stewart's American Mortgage, home of the Bagel Loan, and by Salika Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. Bernie Miklasz joins us. Hello, Bern.
And a pleasant Monday to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Hope everyone had a great weekend.
Bern, sad news for our generation. Do you remember shows like HR Puffin Stuff and Land of the Lost?
I never watched the first one, but Land of the Lost, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Sleestaks, stacks, man.
Sid and Marty Krofft made all those drug-fueled movies in the 70s that warped us all.
Oh, yeah.
Sid Krofft passed away today. In other news, Sid Krofft was alive. I mean,
I would have never thought, yeah.
No offense to the Krofft family. He gave us a lot of entertainment, so thank you. But, yeah, a little part of our childhood.
Yeah, that stuff was, it was good. Like, to your point, it was weird, but it was good.
Everything was weird when we were a kid.
Yeah, the 70s were weird, though.
Cartoons were weird. Those Saturday morning shows were weird. It was really,
it was a weird time.
Yeah, I think even the PBS stuff got a little weird.
Just the color scheme of everything was just so very 70s. Like, you can't really compare it to anything else. Why did everything look like that?
No, Rach, you're so right. Everyone's parents were wearing orange and brown. It's just like people had carpet on their walls.
Yeah. Hey, listen, my parents, God rest their soul. My mother always would throw really great parties. And I think about it in the basement, which was a finished basement and a nice basement. And she had, at the time, I thought it was cool, but looking back on it now, I mean, she had the ugliest orange shag carpeting.
We all did. I know.
Yeah,
we all did.
Actually, I said the wrong thing because now I look back and I love that carpeting, but at the time, I think it was kind of like, I didn't know any better, but It was so ugly that now in my memory, it's gorgeous, right?
Bernie, I didn't realize I was talking to someone with generational wealth like you. A finished basement? That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we hardly lived in a mansion. It was just a good, sturdy, middle-class home, but there was a pretty good-sized basement. That's where me and my dad would watch ball games and where my mom would entertain and, and the kids. Not in our family, but also neighborhood kids. We would play games down there, tackle football on the carpet, stuff like that. It was great.
Man, the first artificial turf.
Yeah.
Mine was the opposite. God, I can't tell you how many times I think that's why I was so fast, was running up those basement stairs, man. It was
get away from the butt demon.
Yeah. James Gunn would have been like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, see, we had it both. So when I was young, our basement was that. It was the unfinished. That's where I went down and did all sports stuff. I would throw the ball off the wall. I'd play hockey in my basement because we had tile floors, but nothing was finished. And then they finished it later on. So then it became more what Bernie's describing, just kind of a little hangout place.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, let's talk some baseball. I went to the game yesterday and I had a great time. Sundays burn. I have this thing, solo Sundays. Started it last season. As many Sundays as I can, I go to the game by myself. I splurge on a nice ticket, have myself a dog and a beer, and it's just, I just absolutely love it. I'm trying not to let this affect me this season, but it was very empty yesterday.
I'm not surprised. And I guess the question would be when will they start to win some fans back? Do they have to develop stars? They have a young star in JJ Weatherholt, in terms of like a guy that's going to have I think a really great career here. And I don't care about his batting average and all that stuff. I mean,
right.
The dude takes walks and he's a really good player and he's really smart and he's tough. Jordan Walker's becoming a star type attraction. That's for sure. When some of these hard throwing pitchers they have this treasure trove of great pitching talent, not ready for the majors yet, but a lot of these guys will come up here and start striking people out. And they'll have a lot of charisma. Is it going to be those guys that bring people in? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to bring people in. But the fans can vote with their money, so to speak, and more power to them. But
yeah,
maybe this whole idea of a rebuild is just a turnoff. But Dave, you and I are the same. I actually like watching this because I know it's going to lead to something really good.
Yeah.
Rather than continue in the same muck and the same slog and the same mediocrity of what there was before. Give me this. I'll take this 100 out of 100 times if given a choice.
Yeah. Got to see Jordan hit a dinger yesterday. That was fun.
Yeah. And he's think about how crazy this is, guys. I was looking at this today just for something fun. And actually I was saving it for you. So if someone would have came to you at the beginning of the regular season and said, hey, dude, like about 2-3 weeks in the season, Jordan Walker's going to have more home runs, more RBIs, a higher OPS, higher batting average than Shohei Ohtani. What would you say?
Been saying you're crazy.
I'll take it.
No, you wouldn't have said that. You would have said, "Oh, are you on drugs?"
Yeah, I'd be like, "You're crazy."
Yeah, are you sniffing house glue or something? What's going on? So anyway, he's having an incredible season. He really truly is.
It's great to watch, and what I really am enjoying, Bernie, is the answer that he's been giving is such a good thing to hear for all young hitters, because where you really get tied up is when you're in the batter's box competing in a game and you're thinking about mechanics, thinking about something. He made a really interesting statement this weekend, and it was simply the work, all that's for the cages. In the game, I just want to see the ball and hit it. I don't want to think. And that is such a hard thing for a lot of young players to get. I'm glad that he's saying that, because that really is an important key.
Well, it took him a really long time to get that,
Yes.
but yeah, he's finally there, and you can see the difference. If you just look at where he is on the leaderboard and all these things, it's just pretty stunning. And I keep getting Wheels, and I know you do too, and Dave and Rachel and everybody. I'm sure you get asked this question by your friends or whatever, family members. Andrew too. I'm sorry, buddy. Well, is this kind of a fluke? I mean, is this going to just one of those things that's a little hot streak? And the answer is no. Now, listen, I don't think he's going to continue to hit home runs at this pace, because literally, if he did hit him at this pace, he'd have over 70 home runs this season. That's not going to happen, but it doesn't have to happen. But this is not a fluke, man, because every reason why he's hitting a home run, he's hitting all these home runs, and he's hitting for average. Every single reason that would explain that is based on something that he and the team did to change everything about his hitting approach and everything about his mechanics. This isn't just some random thing that came out of nowhere. there is a really simple explanation for why he's making it look so easy. Because the process was great. The process is working. It took too long, but it finally clicked in. And he doesn't chase pitches the way he used to. He stays in the strike zone for the most part. He does not hit the ground balls into the ground the way he was. He's getting the ball in the air. His bat speed, it's crazy, but it's gotten even faster. His hard hit rate's gotten even harder. Like you can attach something to all of the great things he's doing.
Yeah.
As evidence that this is a real deal.
I have a question for you guys. Apropos of Weatherholtz, I'm seeing all these guys, Weatherholt's age, getting these extensions. And I understand the basics of it. But my question to you two is, if JJ continues to play as he's playing, which is well, how long will it be until it gets a little weird that we're not giving him an extension, if at all?
Well, according to Ken Rosenthal in The Athletic today, the Cardinals have attempted to get some discussions going with that, and they haven't made progress. Not that it's one side, so they're trying.
Yeah,
they're trying.
Yeah, I would say that part of the difficulty is the other recent deals that just happened, and trying to figure out where he fits in that mix with Connor Griffin and Colt Emerson, and I don't think the Cooper Pratt deal, I don't think that compares to this at all. I think he's much more in the range of Emerson and Griffin. So does he want to be up in the Griffin category? He was drafted 2 spots before Connor Griffin, and he's also a top 5 or 6 prospect, right? They're both in that same profile. They don't have the same skill set, but they're both at the top of the food chain when it comes to that, and they're both in the major leagues, where Emerson is not yet. I'm guessing he'd probably want more than Emerson.
So we could have had,
and probably in the Connor Griffin category, but they're very physically different guys, so that may be part of
So we could have had Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But at the time, he was a 17-year-old high school player, and Weatherholt's an All-American college guy who was more of a sure thing.
Well, there's not only that, but everybody who like I'm really into the major league draft now, and I pay a lot of attention to it. There was not one pre-draft rundown where they rate the prospects. There was not a single one that had Griffin rated ahead of Weatherholt.
Right.
So I can't, no. It's so easy now. And I know, Dave Glover, you're not doing that. Just someone, your brother, I just know you're not doing that, but I've heard people starting to do that.
Right.
And I'm just like, please, all due respect, be quiet. Like, because if they would have taken a guy that was rated 4 or 5 spots down behind JJ Weatherholt, they would have taken that guy instead. And Weatherholt would have, comes in the major leagues, does really, really well, has a great career. People would have never let the Cardinals forget the fact, well, you had Weatherholt, you took this other guy who was rated 12th or whatever. It's just so easy to play these games. I don't like to do it.
I agree.
Yeah. Man, time goes fast with Bernie Miklasz. Bern, tell us about Saliga.
That's because my answers are long. But I have to keep them long, Dave, because if I don't, Wheeler will take over.
Well, I'm familiar.
You can't get him off the mic for like 5 minutes.
It is pretty surprising sometimes, Bern, that there's any oxygen left in the room when you and I are together.
That's right. Hey, listen, I want to talk about Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin Comfort dealer, 100 years now in business, taking care of St. Louis families. Unbelievable story. I love it because we're one of those families, and they are so great to deal with. They have been taking care of generations of St. Louisans since 1927, and the Saligas have been taking care of our home, the Miklasz home, for about 18, 19 years now. And we have come to realize very quickly that they set the standard for honesty and knowledge and professionalism, prompt service. They're reliable when they come in your home. They're classy. They don't talk too fast. They're not trying to hustle you into, some type of repair job that's expensive. They're not trying to upsell you or twist your arm. They take all the time you want and explain all your options very clearly, very easy to understand. And then you review the options and you go with what's best based on what you think, not what they're telling you to do, as if like, we're the experts and you're not. They'll make it very easy for you to make the right decision because they're honest. You can trust that integrity. One other thing before I go, they have a maintenance plan called the Priority Club, and it'll save you money because it extends the life of your current equipment. So if you want to schedule anything or you have any questions, all you got to do, you can get the phone number as well by going to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
Calling all runners. Register now for the Cardinals 5K on Saturday, April 18th. And you can take a victory lap on the field at Busch Stadium. Don't miss this chance to bring the whole family for a fun St. Louis 5K race that brings fans together to support kids in the community. The Cardinals 5K, Saturday, April 18th. Register now at cardinals.com/5K. And for more information, just head to KMOX.com/events. If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game. Boo! 42! You're going down, Doug! Oh, yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down. Hey! Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So let me be a terrible, terrible live endorsement doer. Maybe someone can Google this while I'm doing this. But I know Dr. Maupin at BioBalance Health has a special day or week coming up. It could be this one. They've sent me stuff as a customer. And if I were a better host, I would have written it down and made sure I talked to you about it, but I didn't. So all these things I talk about, the Botox and chemical peels and fillers and micro needling and, physical products. Like I use this tinted sunscreen every single day, which is basically like makeup. Thank God. Covers up my fist of a face that I have. All these things are going to be on special. To check it out, just go to biobalancehealth.com. 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, I got my pellets. It was the easiest insertion of pellets I've ever had. So easy. And every time when I'm getting in my car, I'm like, don't worry about this next time. Don't even give it any thought at all. It's a whole bunch of nothing. And then you get 5 months of feeling so much better in the bedroom, better in the boardroom, better in the gym, just better out there in life. For all things Dr. Maupin, go to biobalancehealth.com. Look back, DGS. In addition to all the crazy stuff going on in the world, yesterday I saw my first parrot in a submarine.
Where'd you see that?
Some guy made a parrot-sized submarine for his bird, which somehow he thought would love being underwater, and evidently does. So
he knows how to operate the submarine and such?
I think it's operated by the human.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Probably want the Red October.
Here's kind of a weird thing. Not only do I remember Busch Stadium 2, I was there many times. Nick threw out a first pitch in Busch Stadium 2, I think in the last year. I don't have a single snapshot in my mind of when they tore it down. Not one. That's kind of weird, right? I'm sure that was a pretty big deal in St. Louis.
Yeah. Very big deal.
Can you guys picture it?
What year was it? It was like 2000.
It's 20 years for Busch.
Say 2006 was the first year of the current stadium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember. I mean, I remember going to Busch 3 and being like, whoa, it's so different, but also not that different. I don't know.
250 anniversary for America. I'm very proud. I'm All America, Patriot, let's go. And then I saw something.
Uh-oh.
No, it doesn't take away from America.
Oh, okay.
It just puts in perspective.
Yeah.
The royal ladies in the UK went hat shopping, and they went to the traditional, is it a haberdasher?
Yeah.
For the royal family.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such
I know
authority.
about that.
Yeah, I know all about that.
What was Henry's last
ladies'
word?
hats
That
is
and
my
soda.
specialty.
The royal family's been going to the same haberdasher for 350 years.
How's that guy
Well,
still
that
alive?
makes us look a little silly, doesn't it?
350 years.
Yeah, that was
Is the guy's name Noah?
A hat store.
That's nuts. Yeah, that's the thing that always is interesting. It's not there's no way a knock on us. We were born when we were born, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah, we're just
to
little
change that.
babies.
It's just an interesting
Yeah.
dynamic where you're thinking of
We don't even have any wrinkles over here.
yeah, it's just
in
interesting though.
America.
You look at some places, you see a thing like Stonehenge, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
that's been there a long time. And when you go to places like the new bridge in Paris is like, I don't know, 500 years old, and it's called the New Bridge.
Oh, did you guys see? I mean, the Kennedy Center, I think we all agree, has just fallen so horribly. And now they're shutting it down because every act was canceling because it's now the Trump Kennedy Center. Anyway, here's how bad it's gotten. The Kennedy Center has its own lawyer, and that lawyer has his own band. It's a dad rock band called the Deplorables, and he tried to book his dad cover band to play at the Kennedy Center, and there was
Come on.
swear to God, everyone's like, what? No, Mel, we're not going to book the Deplorables.
I mean,
This
what
is
else
where
is
we
he
are.
going to try to do? You can't blame him for shooting his shot. You know?
I guess you're right.
I mean, come on, man.
He would have never forgave himself if he hadn't said, I know a band that's available to play.
I can bring out at least 60 people. It's going to be great. People travel to see the Deplorables. A real quick one. A group of people just set a world record of going to the most fast food places in 24 hours.
Was it DGS?
I know, seriously.
me?
We need to enter this.
No, but I think we could contend.
I can beat that.
But they did it on foot. They had to run.
Oh, well, I'm not
that's-
running.
That's where you lose us.
The old record was 150. They did 176 fast food places in one day.
Wow.
Ooh.
Want to hear a shocking statistic? Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. Don't believe it? Google it. And that doesn't count serious injuries like birth injuries to perfectly healthy children. All doctors wear white jackets, but it doesn't make them all the same. Most medical errors are committed by the same quacks over and over again. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Many hospitals looking for more profits are forcing doctors and their groups to be employees of the hospital or be forced out of their system. It's a troubling trend in medicine. People make mistakes, but medical mistakes are huge and often forever. If you believe your child suffered a birth injury or a misdiagnosis or mistake led to a loved one's death or injury, let our team of medical malpractice lawyers examine your case for free. No recovery, no fee. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler here. I want to tell you about Game Day Men's Health. I'm such a fan. I know it's interesting. They talk about this every day. But you should check it out at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. What Game Day Men's Health is a very simple way to get to where you want to be. If you don't feel right, whether it's a lot of fatigue, not recovering from workouts, or just not working out because you don't feel like you're getting results, maybe you want some help in the bedroom, maybe you're interested in peptides, maybe you're doing medical weight loss. They have all of these great options. But here's why Game Day Men's Health is different. They make this efficient, affordable, and obviously everything is done professionally, right? They're going to work to respect your time, but there's no corners being cut. They have an on-site lab that allows us to get our blood work done. Whenever you go in all the time. And this is the thing, it's a maintenance program, really. You're not going in and being told, here you go, this is for you, take it, and we'll see you in 6 months. There are constant follow-ups. You're always being tested to make sure that things are staying the way that that people want them to do. My treatment is the testosterone replacement therapy because when I went initially, those blood tests showed me it was low. And they're like, hey, we can help you with that. You're going to feel better. And they were dead right. 10 months later, I feel better every single day. So maybe that's where you're headed. Maybe you want something else in mind, like the medical weight loss or, ED treatments, whatever. They have great solutions for everything. Everything is overseen by board-certified physicians. And again, first rate. You're not going to get a better experience. You've got offices in Chesterfield and O'Fallon, Missouri, right near Highway 40, so easy to get to from anywhere in town. Cannot recommend it enough. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com to get back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Take advantage of our Mother's Day sale, which starts now. It's our best deal of the year. Save up to 60% off. Visit legacybox.com/radio and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/radio for 60% off. Legacybox.com/radio.
Neovitin, everyone knows what a multivitamin is. Most of us have been taking them, or at least took them as a kid, or the Flintstones, or, you get it. So we have one that was created here in St. Louis. I met Dr. Ken Ribicki and his son Tommy when Tommy was, I don't know, a teenager, maybe young 20s at the oldest, 15, 18 years ago when they first started things out. At that point, they were in a couple of mom and pop pharmacies. Their dream was to be in like a Schnucks or a Deerbergs or something. And we started doing business together. Ken had survived pancreatic cancer and he created Neovitin like almost literally in his bathtub, not to cure him, but to allow him to have the strength to continue practicing and running. He was a long distance runner. He survived that. He sadly died years later from something unrelated, but that's why we give a portion of every bottle to cancer research. Tommy now, full-grown man, a family of his own. He's now at the helm of it. It's a great product. It was created here in St. Louis, manufactured in the U.S. You can buy it off the shelves at Schnucks and Deerbergs locally or online at neovitin.com.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, partly sunny and 84 degrees downtown of the Arch. I'm Maria Kina in for Michael Calhoun. Pope Leo speaking out against violations of international law by what he calls neo-colonial world powers during an Africa tour, hours after President Trump's direct attack on the leader of the 1.4 billion church members. The president went after the Pope by saying on Truth Social, that his criticisms of the Iran war were off base. Mr. Trump called the Pope, quote, weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy, unquote. The pontiff, who is originally from Chicago, did not single out specific countries for criticism, but instead he has emerged as an outspoken critic of the Iran war in recent weeks.
Instead of multiplying misunderstandings and conflicts, you can surely become protagonists of a new chapter in history. Today, this is more urgent than ever in the face of continuous violations of international law.
So what does it mean for NASA that the Artemis 2 mission to the moon was so successful? KMOX's Megan Lynch asked a local NASA scientist.
It means they can move forward.
Dr. Jeffrey Gillis is a research professor of physics at WashU. He's worked on previous NASA missions and is part of a team creating options for testing materials on the moon.
If there were any critical problems, it would be a huge setback, but everything worked out really well. And, the astronauts have come back and really brought that enthusiasm and fire with them.
Gillis says it sets NASA up for a hopeful moon landing in 2028.
From the KMOX Business Desk, President Trump has announced new tariffs on name brand prescription drugs produced outside of the U.S., along with some of their ingredients. Ron Fitzwater is CEO of the Missouri Pharmacy Association, and he tells MissouriNet those tariffs vary based on a country's cooperation with the Trump administration.
If they have participated in the most favored nation pricing, what the relationship is, I think some of the European Union countries are a little bit different. There are some countries that are either 0% proposed or certainly less than the 100%.
Now, the latest tariffs will not have any impact, at least not right now, for the United States. At 3:03, it's time for an update from the St. Louis Business Index. Here's Stifel Senior Vice President for Investments, Kevin Montan. Good afternoon, Kevin.
Hi, Maria. Markets finished mostly on a positive note to begin the week, with the Dow gaining 302 at 48,219. S&P was up 69, 68.86. NASDAQ was positive 204 at 23,107, but the Bloomberg St. Louis Index was off but only one at 1681. Winners to the upside, Charter gained 3.4% at 226.30, and AmDocs was positive 3.1% at 64.96. To the downside, Spire was off 2.1% at 92.39, and AT&T lost 3.3% at 25.61. Finally, Stifel positive 3% at 79.59. This has been Kevin Montan, Senior Vice President of Investments at Stifel, member SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on Stifel, please visit our website at stifel.com.
And a check of traffic right now for northbound 170 drivers right past Airport Road. Watch out, you have a stalled vehicle on the right shoulder. Westbound 370 before Truman Boulevard, another stalled vehicle. And that stall at southbound 270 just before Ladue, it looks like it's been moved to the right shoulder now and all lanes are open. But for that southbound 271 just past Page, the right shoulder is still blocked there. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, here's Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies on tap as we go through our Monday afternoon. Feels a little more like summer than springtime. It's warm, it's humid, it's windy from the south-southwest. Just a tiny chance of a spot shower. 87 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy, and warm. 69 Tuesday, partly sunny, windy. Couple of thunderstorms trying to develop as we go through Tuesday afternoon. A couple of those could be strong to severe. We'll have to keep an eye on it. But there is a lot of dry time on Tuesday, 89 degrees, scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night and Wednesday. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
In St. Peter's, it's 83 degrees, 84 in Florissant, it's 84 downtown at the Arch. I'm Maria Aquino, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. We're partners committed to you, your business, and your community. From family law to litigation, we're ready to serve. Visit SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and KMOX. A few minutes past 3 p.m. I watched a bit of the Masters over the weekend, and that's very unlike me. But I got pulled into it because of the controversies. Did you guys clock much of this over the weekend? Like I was telling Rach about this. So even if you don't, even if you're not a golfer, even if you're not a Masters person, we all kind of know what it is, right? And it's like the most traditional, so many rules, and you can't have your phone. Mark Calcavecchia, who is a past Masters winner, I believe, got kicked out because he had his phone. So it's really super, super like tradition. Did you see what they did with the par 3 thing, Wheels?
Which thing? I don't know. I might have.
They brought in Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah.
And who was the other one? Oh, Jason Kelce.
And Bert
Kreischer,
on the ESPN set last week, live from Augusta National, they had CM Punk.
Oh my God!
Brought a wrestler out because that's really old school golf traditional.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm never going to go to Augusta.
No, I don't either. Yeah,
I'm never going to try and get a ticket. I don't care.
No,
but I do care that I never see Jason Kelce's ass again. Oh my God!
So the goal. So
I have such Kelce fatigue.
I guess the goal is like you turn on ESPN. You see it's the Masters. You go, I don't want to watch this. This is boring. But then you see Kevin Hart and Jason Kelce, and I guess you're supposed to go like, oh,
yeah.
Now I'm watching.
Oh, but I want to see the these two will be up to some hijinks, surely.
I guess so.
It's just interesting because they've obviously built up this brand and it's an exclusive brand. And that's what makes people want to win that tournament, right? It's like, it's the fancy one. It's the best one. I want to win the Masters. So if you chip away at that prestige by all of this dumb stuff, like why should you be like the exciting tournament anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would the point of that be?
Is that the one that you guys went to a few years ago?
No.
Okay. Oh, right, because it's always
That
in
was
the
just
same
a
place.
PGA tour.
Yeah.
It's always in the same place, and I'm not a man.
This is the one. Yeah, I say this is the one we got argued about because I was like, how do you not know where the Masters is?
And then Dave Murray
Yeah.
said that Andrew wasn't a man.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Where
No.
the
Yes.
Masters was.
He said that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
I
said
didn't
you're
remember
not a
that
man
part.
if you don't know where they hold.
I
the
remember being
Masters.
stunned that anybody in America didn't know that, and now I realize I've just been in my sports bubble
Kevin.
for so long. No, I was surprised. It wasn't a judgment.
Oh, Dave Murray's was a judgment for sure.
I mean, it was more of like, are you really? I thought you were punking me for a second.
Speaking of judgments, Wheels, I almost sent it to you, but I don't think you like it when I text you.
No, it's great.
There was a bunch of TikToks like this, but one in particular. And when the Artemis 2 was coming back into Earth's atmosphere, NASA had an artist rendition, AI, I'm sure, of a rocket ship with fire coming out the back. And it said something on the screen like visualization or artist rendition or something.
Right.
There were 5,000 comments.
Oh, no.
And I didn't read them all, but I read 200 of them. I can't believe NASA's trying to fool us with this bull crap.
It's
This
unbelievable.
is the weakest it's ever been. That's clearly a cartoon. Everyone's like, dude.
Yeah, they're saying it's a cartoon.
It says cartoon on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
How could they even film that? That doesn't
that's
even
what they're
make any
saying.
sense.
Where's the camera? Someone's flying beside them?
Yeah, they do that too, like with the original moon landing. Like, where was the camera? Like, they deployed it, you jackass. It was attached to the ship, and then they, oh, God, these guys. I swear to God. If you believe that silliness, I mean, again, forgetting, even if we didn't have pictures from outer space looking back at Earth, like, we have math. We have geometry. We have all these things that prove that the Earth is a globe, that it's round.
No, that just means you're a snob.
The way that shadows work. It's not complicated, man.
Nah, man.
And again, to your point, Dave, you bring this every time. What would be the purpose of lying about that?
Yeah.
What's the gain?
We're not that impressive.
And how many millions of people would have to go along with it?
Yeah. If I found out, proof positive, that the flat earthers were right, and we've been faking this for 4,000 years, I would be more impressed with the human race than I've ever been in my life. There's no way we're that good.
I actually saw someone, I don't remember if I think it was somebody relatively well known, but I'm not sure, make that very point on it might have been a TikTok, I don't know, it could have been YouTube, but making the same point that it would be actually more difficult and more impressive to concoct all of this and keep it going than it would be to just go to the moon. Like, that would be a harder thing to do.
Sure.
And I think, I forget who it was, they made the same point. They made the point that, like, if China and Russia knew that we had never done that, you think they'd just let us have that victory?
Yeah, they got us on that one.
They'd be crushing us.
Rach, what is the a woman's in trouble for getting overpaid?
Okay, yeah, let me open this up. This is such an interesting story, and the comments on the Facebook post I saw about it were very, very split. The New York Post did an article about this. An Arkansas woman refused to return nearly $20,000 that her employer mistakenly paid to her. So she normally makes $16.50 an hour, but there was a payroll glitch that gave her $1,650 an hour for a 12-hour shift. So she received an additional $19,000 into her bank account. And the company obviously noticed this and called her up and said, yeah, we're going to need that back. And she said, I can't give it back. I used the money. I fixed up my husband's truck. And just you snooze, you lose. You can't have it back. So then the police had to get involved. She had to come in and talk about the situation, except she never showed up to talk to the police. So then they had to issue a warrant, arrest her, and it's turned into a whole
Wait,
thing.
she actually thinks that finders keepers is like a real legal precedent?
Well, she admitted she didn't pay attention and spent money.
Don't you realize that you have
20
way
grand is a
more than you
lot.
normally do?
Yeah, 20
Like, you
grand is gonna be a
literally-
lot for anybody.
You literally got paid 100 times your hourly wage, and you didn't notice that that was too much? Like, you looked in there and go, wow!
Yeah, $1,650 is not a lot of money, and you notice if you have.
Yeah.
What are you doing if that happens?
I mean, I'm definitely trying to keep it. I'm not spending it right away, but I'm
Gonna see if anybody notices.
everything in my power to keep it. Yeah, I feel the same way as, you see the stories where it's like, oh yeah, U.S. Bank messed up and put I don't know what I'm calling it, U.S. Bank. I mean, any random bank messed up. There was a mistake and they put $400K in this person's bank account or whatever. Hey, too bad. It's not my problem. You messed up.
No.
That's what a lot of people were saying in the comments. And then others were saying, come on now, you don't get to keep that. You have to pay it back.
No, it's ridiculous. That I'm surprised. I can't believe that there's that many people that wouldn't go, yeah, you know what? Definitely not the right thing.
Kevin, let's say you owe me $50.
Yep.
Right. And for whatever reason, instead of putting, you think you're putting 2 20s and a 10 in there, and instead you put $300 bills in the envelope and leave it on my desk.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is not the best example because we're friends and I would give the money back to you, obviously.
Right.
But let's say it's somebody that doesn't know you at all. And then you go, I put 300s in there. It's supposed to be 2 20s and a 10. I need that money back. And they go, no, too bad. You messed up. You should have paid more attention.
I'm getting it.
Oh, I forgot I was talking to John Wick.
I'm
Rachel,
saying,
what about you?
Like, come on. The idea, this is the problem.
I forgot I was talking to Die Hard.
No, but the idea behind this is it hurts a big company, therefore it's no big deal. They are going to pass that along to all of their customers.
That is not the idea that I have.
No,
at
I
all.
know.
The idea is you screwed up and gave me
I understand,
money.
but that money's coming from somewhere. And if they lose it, they're not just going to accept the loss. They're going to pass it along to other people, which is why we don't say, oh, hey, it's my $20,000 now, because it's not. It's other people that are going to pay that price.
You know what stinks, though, is I'll use like Zelle or Venmo to send people money. And I'm pretty sure if I send the wrong person my Venmo, there's no way for me to recover that. It's just on me. And I'm just out the money.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, like if you're a big company, then it's like, we're going to get the cops involved and you got to give it back. But if you're the little guy, it's like, well, you should have selected the right person as you were sending the money.
Mm-hmm.
The Wash U in me says you got to pay the money back. The South Rock Santa in me says you got to come and catch me.
And if you're on the other end of that, you want the money back.
Sure.
If you screw up and give somebody that you want that back.
Yes.
So why wouldn't you want the same in return if it's the other way around?
Did I mention the South Rock Santa part?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that we all have that. I would want to keep it too. But at the same time, it's not yours. You didn't earn it. And it's going to come out of someone's pocket. It's going to come out of other people's pocket. It's not just going to be like randomly out of the ether created and then replaced. If a company loses money, they're going to get it back. And they're going to just raise prices or they're going to charge someone else fees because they didn't get it back from you.
Someone commented and said, I had this exact same issue, except mine was a $40,000 extra mistake. I immediately called HR and even went in with my checkbook to pay it back immediately. They thanked me for my honesty.
I mean, that's a bit much.
Someone replied and said, thanks for the fake story.
Yeah, that never happened. I mean, in fairness, like if it's a little bit of money, you might not even notice. You're going to notice it when it's 100 times what you normally make. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, this goes back to finding a wallet. Like you don't find a wallet and then take the money out of it and then give the wallet back to the person. Right?
Theoretically, no.
You're in the wrong room.
Theoretically, no.
You need to get Ackerman in here.
I'm like, right, guys?
Yeah. Ackerman and Paulie would be on your side. We're from the east side.
I mean, gosh, I'm from Detroit.
Yeah, but you're from the nice part of Detroit.
I mean, it's the outside.
You're from the Upper Peninsula by Canada.
UP, that's not us.
What was the fight about? Oh,
the gas stations that I've never seen. Yeah.
I want to bring that one back up.
That was funny as hell.
Look at that. The show's just flying by. Let me tell you guys about Zero Res. As you know, they always have a monthly deal, except for this month, they have weekly deals. So this week, the deal is 3 rooms of carpet, clean starting at just $129, plus $599 for a whole system air duct cleaning. If you're interested, call 314-474-2020. You can also book online at ZeroResSTL.com. With 5,900 plus customer reviews online, they have a 4.9 Google rating, which is about the best you can have. If 6,000 people rate you, not everyone's going to rate you a 5, but that's about as good as you can get. They've been with me about 18 years now. They've been at my house a dozen times. They've been in pretty much everyone who I know to their house. They do a great job. They work their butts off. They have the 30-day gotta love it guarantee, just in case you don't think they work their butts off. Have them come back out and do it again. So if you're interested in this weekly flash sale, jump on it. If not, we'll have another one next week. 314-474-2020, ZeroResSTL.com.
It is not hard to destroy a college. Last season, the podcast Campus Files brought you stories of fraternity drug rings, stolen body parts, campus cults, and more.
And now Campus Files is back for another season.
There's a guy screaming into his phone. He's like, I just saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated right in front of me.
Every week is a new episode and a new story.
It was so chaotic.
It's almost like a university under siege.
Listen to and follow Campus Files, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
A new game day favorite is coming to Busch Stadium on Saturday, April 25th, when the Cardinals host the Seattle Mariners. That day, fans take home a Victory Blue Cardinals crewneck sweatshirt presented by Purina, a light and easy style that's perfect for spring and designed to fit right into your everyday wardrobe. Available in medium and extra large while supplies last. A limited look you'll want to wear again and again. Tickets and info at cardinals.com/promotions.
This is Jose Fermin. Get your tickets now at cardinals.com.
The weekend starts here. Grab your crew and kick it off at Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. Every Friday night home game, Budweiser Terrace turns into the hottest happy hour in the Loop with $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $7 margaritas, live music, and more all game long. Meet up with friends, soak in the energy, and keep the night going with baseball under the lights. Good vibes, great deals, your new Friday tradition. Get tickets now at cardinals.com.
Our annual Customer Appreciation Days are back. Save 10 to 20% on your garden and landscape needs on April 24th through 25th. Visit www.chesterfieldvalleynursery.com for more details. KMOX will be live on site Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Built on a century, focused on today. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 321. I was driving into town this morning. I don't know why I said it like that.
I came into town.
I was riding my horse into town. I needed to go.
Right? I just sounded like Rooster Cogburn or something.
I rode into town on a black horse.
But I was trying to think where I was, and I remember now. I always get off on 14th Street, and I was right where the Enterprise or whatever, and I was getting a really important text from a client. And I was having a screwed up morning anyway. I don't know why. Maybe it's the vertigo I'm having. I was just feeling weird. And I think I blew right through a stop sign. And there was a cop there. And they like standing there. And he was directing things. And mea culpa. I was not paying attention. And I think I drove right through it. And he did this. He raised his hand. He's just like,
that's what I do in my car. I go,
right?
Hey!
He's just like, what the hell?
What are we doing?
It's like, come on, man.
And so I was, again, mea culpa. As I was driving, I was texting my person back. And when I realized what happened, I stopped. I'm like, oh my God. And then when I got to my destination, I looked back at my text and it was, hey, yeah, I can do that. Let me check. And here comes the S word. S. And
That's so great.
I almost sent that back. I should have been like, you okay?
It was full. It was full of stuff like "F you, cop, come get me." I dare you. No way you can go as fast as this Jeep.
I think it's great that his response is like the same we all have. We're all driving the car. Somebody does something. You're like, hey.
Yeah, I think I did like a rolling stop or something in front of a cop once years ago. And the first thing he said when he came up was like, "Did you not see me sitting there?" And I was like, "No, I did. I just wasn't paying attention to the stop sign."
Andrew, your show sheet says doing the Coca-Cola experience tonight. Was this from last week?
Did I? I was supposed to have changed that into I did the Coca-Cola experience.
Oh, okay.
And it was really, really good because I went on Friday.
Your text really made me laugh.
It's 100% true. I went way overboard on Friday. I put it to the test. Let's say it that way.
You stress tested them.
Yeah, I stress tested it for sure. If they could keep up with me, they could keep up with anyone.
It's like the soft opening of a restaurant. They're like, we gotta see if we can make it.
Exactly.
It's like Hell's Kitchen. You gotta do the stress test.
Exactly. It was like a server test on a new video game. They were like, we really got to put it through the ringer. I had like 6 hot dogs. I had that many chicken tenders, which the chicken tenders way better than they have any right to be. They were the hot item. They could not keep those things on the shelf. People were standing around waiting in that line just for the chicken tenders.
Which seems more premium to you? Chicken tenders or hot dogs?
Chicken tenders for sure. The chicken tenders, I don't know if they like hand fry them or what, but like hand batter them or what, but they are spectacular. So those are great. And then I had, I think, 2 orders of fries. Which the fries are very good there as well. And 2 brats. And then I had one of the little popcorn tubs.
Damn, brother.
Not a lot of popcorn in the popcorn tub. And I mean, popcorn's basically nothing. I mean, you can eat.
It's just air.
You need 1,000 of those. Exactly.
Did you feel unwell?
You always Jesus. Yeah. It was really embarrassing because my friend that I went with, his wife works downtown at one of the like firms downtown, so we used her garage key, and then we walked to the game. And so we were walking back to the garage, and I had to keep saying like, hold on, we gotta stop for a second. I don't feel so good.
Would you change anything about it?
Like the experience or how much I ate?
How much you ate?
Yes, I would absolutely
slow
eat
down.
Less. Yeah, I would absolutely eat less. The experience was flawless.
Good.
Wouldn't change. I mean, it's so easy. It's just a couple of sections down from where the Big Mac land seats are.
Yeah.
And you just go and show them your ticket, and they give you a wristband. There's some people posted up at a table right next to the concession thing. The line was like wrapped around the place at one point, and it took maybe 3 minutes to get through it. Unbelievably fast, because the way that it's set up, almost like a buffet. It's all just sitting out on the rack, and then you just grab it and walk through. And if someone else is like, say, waiting for the chicken tenders, and you just want a couple hot dogs, you can just grab a couple hot dogs and keep on walking. You don't have to wait behind them. So it's really it's a very smooth experience.
Yeah, I was telling Wheels at the game yesterday, I was kind of screwed because I was in section 261. To the right of me was all like private places that you got to have a wristband. To the left of me was the all you can eat, got to have wristband. And in between that, I could have gone downstairs or upstairs, but I'm lazy. Between me was just a single hot dog stand.
Mhm.
But I had what I needed.
Yeah. People kept coming
I
up
should
to
turn
it.
that into a screenplay.
I think so. Actually,
The most
maybe.
unfortunate man in the world.
I think you need to turn it into a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just called
That song
a
needs to
story
be
of
sung,
anguish
man.
and persecution.
I can see the poster now. It's just called The Victim.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the producers of Hamilton.
Yeah, it's also a musical.
Tell you guys about my good friend Charles D'Angelo. Look, I'm pretty good at this, but I am nowhere near as persuasive about getting you guys to call Charles D'Angelo to lose weight like his clients. First, we had Ben and Lisa in. Ben lost 300 pounds with Charles. Lisa lost 175 pounds with Charles. And the thing that they both had in common is neither of them thought it was going to work. So if you find yourself out there listening to this saying, I don't buy it. I've tried everything, Dave. I've done Atkins. I've done intermittent fasting. I've done detoxing. I've done everything. That's what Ben and Lisa thought too. And the program is just self-motivating because you lose 5, you lose 10, you lose 50, you lose 100, whatever it is you have to lose. Now you're really in and really motivated. Charles is just excellent at what he does. Very, very personal between the two of you. He's really going to dig in and do whatever it takes to get you to the finish line. So if you're tired of being the way you are, tired of going up and down, just reach out to Charles. Try this one thing. CharlesD'Angelo.com.
KMOX is Cardinals country. Tom Ackerman starts your day setting the record straight on the Redbirds. At noon, the Gas House Gang. Ackerman, Chris Ronchi, and Bernie Miklasz brings real talk on what's working and what's not. Then at 5, Miklasz, Kevin Wheeler, and Matt Pauley offer deeper insight and analysis you won't hear anywhere else. Voices that know the game. No spin, no nonsense. Just Cardinals baseball. KMOX is Cardinals Radio.
2026, I've been hearing from customers and friends that their utility bills went up quite a bit for their electric bill. That being said, and you're looking at buying a new air conditioner, or you're thinking, hey, I guess let's just get an air conditioner so it helps with the electric bills. If you have an old system, it definitely can help you. But watch your thinking. Just because you are told this is a so-called high-efficient air conditioner, it's not going to save you nowhere near what you think it's going to save you. Just replacing your old equipment is the biggest thing, and make your house efficient. An air conditioner is not going to make your house efficient. That being said, it's a great time to purchase an air conditioner if you get the correct one. Don't overspend. Don't believe the hype. In other words, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Call me, Bart Inman, at 314, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600. Again, the easiest of numbers, 314-293-2600 or bartinman.com. God bless.
Working full-time but still falling behind? Learn how real estate education can help you build income and get ahead on your terms. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Missouri's laws are clear. Unregulated gaming devices are illegal. Companies have been telling businesses that gray market machines are legal. That's wrong. Don't be scammed. If you have these devices at your business, you could be subject to criminal and civil penalties. Unplug and remove these devices today.
If you've been approached to host illegal gaming machines, call now 800-523-1434 or visit ago.mo.gov. Sponsored by the Attorney General's Office.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, there's just some slow traffic out there so far this afternoon. If you're on westbound 70, it's a little slow both sides of Highway K, a little delay at 61. Northbound Highway K is backed up from the Dardine Creek up to 364, by the way. Westbound 64 from the Science Center out through McCausland, Bellevue, almost a Big Bend. It's slow again, Lindbergh to 270, but after that, it looks like it's a pretty good run out to Highway 70. Eastbound 64, Mason into 270 is busy. South 270, approaching Olive de Ladue, 64 through Manchester. South of 44, a couple of slow spots headed to Tesson Ferry. Not all that bad. Southbound 55 looks great. Just a hint of a slowdown on Highway Z and Festus. And on the Illinois side, eastbound 64, short back up Packers Avenue over to 70. That's eastbound 70, rather. Packers Avenue over to 64 and 64 approaching 157, slow about midway to 159. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers, advertising ridiculous claims in their TV ads. That's why they have the tiny, unreadable disclaimers at the bottom of the screen. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. Our ads never have those ridiculous, fast-talking, tiny disclaimers at the end because, simply put, there are no guarantees when it comes to the IRS and wiping out tax bills. And we don't make promises we can't keep. Of course, there are ways the Lance Drury Law Firm can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee it will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Lance Drury Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call me, Lance Drury in St. Louis at 314-260-6120 or visit Lance, D-R-U-R-Y, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Today, the Cards, the Guardians.
Aaron Total Access 550.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. 3:34, Dave Murray time, brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. Hey, Dave.
Hello there.
How was the weekend?
Weekend was fine.
Good. What's a typical weekend for the
no
Murrays?
Accidents, no.
Yeah, no falling down the stairs.
I think every weekend's a little bit different. Sometimes, this was Masters weekend, so we carved out all of Sunday.
Yeah.
So do not disturb me on Sunday.
We were just talking about the Masters. We were talking about the ass clownishness of it by having Jason Kelsey and Kevin Hart eating pimento sandwiches on ESPN. And then it was a weird Masters with Sergio Garcia smashing his driver and a couple other things like that. It's kind of odd.
Well, the LIV players really took it out of the chin. Golf Channel just roasted LIV.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely. Because they basically came in totally unprepared.
Huh.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
At least I thought the same thing too. I thought they've been made soft by all the money they got offered and doing it. And they're not playing that much golf, and they're not used to course. They're certainly not used to courses like Augusta.
Yeah,
they play easy. They play pitch and putt courses.
Did you see the fan that got ejected?
No.
Because after one of the I think it was one of Rory's tee shots, he did remember the Mel Gibson movie where it's called Ransom, where his son gets kidnapped.
Uh-huh.
As soon as he hits the ball, the fan just yelled out, "Give me back my son!" And they threw him out, and I think he's going to be banned from Augusta forever.
Absolutely.
Good. Just for being a douche.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's one thing I do hate is the golf people that do that. Like, as soon as the guy drives off the tee, get in the hole.
It's just
come on, dude.
It's not interesting.
Do that when you're playing with your buddies.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
fine.
wondering, the pro golfer who gave the finger on camera.
Yeah.
I'm still, he's one of the highest ranked golfers in the world when you look at him, but I'm thinking you may not ever be coming back again.
Yeah. See, to me, that one I don't care about. I don't care about a golfer that gets mad. He flipped off the green. He didn't flip off a human being.
I believe it was the
lake.
lake.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, like, he was flipping off the course, but really himself, kind of in a way. And I get it. Like, Tiger Woods has been reprimanded for, like throwing and breaking clubs at times in the past. Like, it's not unusual.
Yeah.
I don't think those things are big deals. Competitive people are going to get angry when they don't do what they expect to do. That's okay.
What a shock. You don't think an outburst of anger is a big deal?
No, not in a competitive environment. No. If I was at a Sunday mass, yes, that would be a big deal. If I'm in a competitive environment trying to win millions of dollars against other people trying to win millions of dollars in a championship, then yeah, I think it's fine. It's intense.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree.
But yeah, don't
you can't have it both ways. You can't have it that a highly ranked player has a moment of a temper tantrum and then go, hey, everybody, it's Jason Kelsey. It's like, pick a lane.
Thank you.
Okay.
God, I hate the ghost.
All right, never mind.
There we go. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Because it's a really dumb question.
No.
Well, it just reveals how little I know about football. But was Jason Kelsey this big of a deal before the Taylor Swift thing?
He was a very, very good football player.
In football. Yes. In football, yes. Hall of Fame tight end, one of the best tight ends of all time. In the football
Do you
world.
mean Jason?
Jason.
Yeah,
not Travis.
Both of them. Yeah, Jason's the number one center it was the number one center in the league. In the football world, yes, he was a very big deal. Yes. Outside of that, nobody cared.
So this new renaissance of like Jason Kelsey is in the Tostinos commercial. That is 100% attributed to Taylor Swift.
100%.
And I would also argue their podcast being as popular, which may also be related to the Taylor Swift.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's really why he's big, is that he and Travis have the podcast. And it's one of the biggest podcasts in the country.
What do they talk about?
And he would be best man, right?
No, yeah, I guess,
yeah. Who's going to be the maid of honor? It's Taylor Swift wedding watch on the DGS. I'm counting down.
Who's the best Swiftie?
Well, it's not going to be Blake Lively. I know that for sure.
Do you think when you're at that level, I don't think Jason Kelsey, anyone thinks he's a rocket scientist, but he's not stupid.
No.
He knows he's being completely overexposed. He has to know there are millions of people who can't stand him and his family, as unfair as that is, because all they're doing is entertaining to the best of their ability, making millions of dollars, right?
Yep.
Like none of us would do that. We would all do it.
Yep.
But I guess when you're at that level and you're being overexposed and everyone's beginning to hate you, you don't care.
Well, I think I would feel better once I got my check.
Yeah.
I think I would have a ton of anxiety about it. And then you show me the check for,
being annoying.
$20 million. I'd be like, I feel better.
See, I think
it's okay that everybody hates me.
A little bit of inside the mind of a lot of athletes, but in particular football players. They know everything they're doing is not long term. They know it's going to be gone. They know that as a football player, you're going to probably be retired in your 30s. So they know that all of this stuff could just disappear at any point, and that's how they operate. They're like, hey, I'm going to take it while it's there because if it's going to go away. That's how the mindset is with a football player, whether it's an injury or you just get old or whatever. So, I mean, if I'm in his shoes, that's the life he's lived. It's always been that way. It could go away at any time, so I'm going to take advantage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. Doesn't mean the rest of us have to like it. Same thing with Bert Kreischer. I like Bert. I think he's funny, but it's too much.
Well, and also, I didn't see the little program that Dave is referencing, but Kevin Hart and Bert Kreischer are both comedians.
Yeah.
So I would assume they were probably being sort of funny at least. But it's like Jason Kelsey's like, why are you mixing it up with
that's something. I'm not God's gift to comedy, but I've done it for 25 years and I'm still here. So I think I have something to say about it. And when oh God, what am I trying to say? Funny is what bothers me. Like if you're famous and then you're cast in a movie, okay. Or if you're just being you, okay. But if you suddenly are like a comedian and I'm doing little make-em-ups and blah, blah, I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's mostly a Dave insecurity thing because it shouldn't bother me that other people think other people are funny, but it just, I don't know.
Yeah, but in the case of Kevin Hart, and that was the par 3 you're talking about, tournament on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And Kelsey was there. I think the audience, no matter where the audience is, demands Kevin Hart to be funny.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Whether he wants to be funny or not in that situation. And then he turns it on.
Of course. Yeah. No, to me, Kevin Hart Jason Kelsey, Bert Kreischer, whoever it was, doing what they do, you can't blame those guys.
Right.
If you hire them, they're not going to show up and clean golf clubs.
That's right.
Right.
But I blame whoever hired them, I guess ESPN. And again, like I said, I don't know why I'm so jacked up about this. 'Cause I don't give a rat's ass about the Masters, but I do when you are so highfalutin, when you're like, we are the Masters and you don't do this and you don't do that. And Mark Calcavecchia, you're kicked out for having a phone. And then you're like, look, everybody, it's Jason Kelsey.
Yeah,
He's eating
I agree
pimento
with you.
He fell out of a
sandwiches.
wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I agree. You got
He can't get out of the sand trap.
you got Jim Nance, who is the best in the world at doing that.
Unquestioned.
He is the best, and he's so classy, and he's got the tone, and he's got the pace for the Masters and for any big tournament. And then you've got Clowny McClownderton off to the side going,
Yeah, it just
those
doesn't-
things don't go together.
Doesn't match the brand.
Yeah.
Dave, go ahead. We're running out of time. We need some.
The one thing, I thought the camera work yesterday was terrible.
Huh. I didn't note it.
I was surprised. Just saying.
Just taking the wrong angles on shots to give you the best
No,
view.
it was like, a golfer would tee off. Like Roy would tee off, and it's like, I don't know where the ball went.
Oh.
Camera guy's like, I don't know where the ball
Oh,
is.
he missed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that
interesting.
happens several times.
That would make it
All
more
right.
realistic for me. Dave, tell us what's going on, and if you could focus on Wednesday because there's a day game, and
Right.
We all know what's
Yeah.
important.
Oh, yeah.
The next couple of days are going to be kind of unsettled, but it's a spring, early summer pattern. Certainly not going to be raining all the time. There will be some showers and thunderstorms around. I'm not convinced we see much tomorrow. Could be a spot afternoon thunderstorm. One could be strong, but it's just a very limited, non-dynamic setup going on. But we're 89 tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night. Scattered showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday. Odds are favoring late afternoon into the evening on Wednesday. A lot of questions. Will they become strong or severe? I don't think it's a widespread outbreak. Still unsettled on Thursday. Stronger cold front comes through Friday night. Not expecting a lot of action with that front, but it will cool us down over the weekend. And by that, I mean temperatures in the 60s and lows could be in the 40s over the weekend.
Okay, we'll do headlines after the break. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All righty.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got a few slowdowns out there this afternoon. This traffic reports a service of I-3 broadband, northbound 270, Dorset up to 70. The right lanes are bogged down running through there. Westbound 70, a little slowdown at Cave Springs. There's an incident on the shoulder they're working with there, and a brief slowdown past Highway K. If you're on westbound 64, from Kings Highway out to McCausland, it's heavy. West of Lindbergh out to 270, slowing a little volume now. Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70. Southbound 270. North of Olive to Ladue, 64 to Doherty Ferry, and then south of Gravois to Tesson Ferry is kind of slow. South 170 bogs down at Brentwood. Eastbound 64 a little heavy at the Interbelt. Southbound 55 barely a slowdown at Z. Eastbound 70 backed up east of the Musial Veterans Bridge to 64, and eastbound 64 slow 157 to 159. Want to talk about road work that's going to start tonight on westbound 70 in Wentzville from Z to Wentzville Parkway. It's going to be down to one lane overnight every night this week, 9 to 5:30 in the morning. So our USPS Ground Advantage reliable route is to take 61 up to Wentzville Parkway to get around that overnight restriction. Spring is here. Time to toss out that dusty treadmill and your laggy cable internet. Upgrade to 100% in-home fiber from i3 Broadband. Plus, we're springing forward with our largest, longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. No data caps, just pure speed. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Each year in St. Louis, 10 women are recognized for volunteer leadership that changes lives. They support families, strengthen communities, and create opportunities where they're needed most. Join us Tuesday, May 19th at the Ritz-Carlton for the 2026 Women of Achievement Awards Luncheon. Celebrate their impact and be part of a tradition more than 70 years strong. Reservations available at WOASTL.org. For more information, go to KingdomOX.com/events.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgaier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Tell you guys about my friend Susan L. Ward. Susan's there for you if you're going to be getting divorced, or if you are divorced and someone is taking you back. It's called a modification. And that used to be, about a third of the cases I would get, that you get divorced and you have all your paperwork, and then either someone leaves something out. We didn't say who was going to pay for college. We didn't say this. We didn't say that. Or something changes. They hit the lottery. They married a multimillionaire. They lost their job. I am disabled now. Anything involving you and a divorce, whether you're heading to it or it's in your rearview mirror, but it seems to be rearing its head again, you can't do better than Susan L. Ward. As I always say, talk to your best friend, talk to your pastor, talk to your priest, talk to a counselor, but you haven't done what you need to do until you've spoken to a really, really good divorce attorney, and that's Susan. She has offices all over Missouri, 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing. Oh, hey. More like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects. Ooh, how does it work? It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you need a garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors, openers, or front entry doors of your choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Enter now at overheaddoorstlouis.com. You can't win if you don't enter at overheaddoorstlouis.com.
Your yard, your workday, your John Deere. At Side & Sugar Novi Partners, get the mowing power you need with low financing options on John Deere Zero Turns. For a limited time, choose 0% financing for 36 months or 1.9% financing for 60 months on Z700, Z900, and Quick Track commercial mowers. Plus, get additional cash off select mowers. Side & Sugar Novi, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 6/1/2026. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 350. Cardinals Report is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings experience at Westport. Go Rawlings, baby. I'm a Rawlings guy.
Yeah, have been. I mean, honestly, every significant glove, like real one I've had since high school, has been Rawlings.
We had some Rawlings t-shirts when I was a kid, and they got the perfect amount of like super worn in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are the best.
I can feel it now.
Oh, I love those.
Those were amazing.
A good t-shirt, man. I mean, I pretty much only wear t-shirts, but like a perfect.
I have a Bowie t-shirt that actually my sister-in-law gave it to me. So she had already like broken it in for me, and now it's super soft. And I actually don't even wear it that much because I have so much anxiety about it getting too worn out. So I save it for like special days. But that nice worn in perfect shirt, you can't beat it.
This is probably a big ask.
What's up?
Could I borrow that for my show on Friday and just really stretch it out? It'll go back.
You just have to wash it on super high, or sorry, dry it on super high heat.
I think it might be kind of cropped on you, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. That could be a look. That could be a look.
It is.
I like it. Speaking of my show on Friday, I just talked to Dave Cowles, who runs my band. We are under 50 tickets.
Nice.
So we I think it's like a 500 seat. So if you want to go see my band, Dave Glover Band, and a really good Doobie Brothers tribute and a really good Clapton tribute, we're at Del Mar Hall this Friday, the 17th. Doors open at 7. My band goes up at 8. We'll do about a 40-minute Beatles set. I think it's going to be really good. We've been working hard on it. And go to delmarhall.com to get the last 50 tickets.
Nice.
Look like it's going to be a sellout. That's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Wear a crop top.
Yeah.
Talk
That's
baseball.
why that'll sell it out. I can promise you that.
Hell yeah. What's going on? Let me see if I have any questions.
Yeah.
The bullpen.
Yes.
Is it time to be afraid yet?
Just get used to this stuff. This is a rebuild. You're going to see a lot of ugliness in those spots. You're going to see, some unpredictable things. By the way, on the bullpen, Jared Schuster was designated for assignment today. He's not there anymore. They're calling up Ryan Fernandez.
Good.
And he was good at Memphis.
Good.
For those that remember 2024, he was awesome in 2024, but kind of lost it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Had a hard time commanding his pitches and, just ended up having to throw it down the middle, and that doesn't go well.
Yeah.
It's going to be changing all the time. Like, there are going to be a few pieces. Like, Riley O'Brien's been great. JoJo, you can count on. But there are just it's going to be that way unless Matt Swanson gets back on track, but he's been awful.
Yeah, what do you think? Like, you're a catcher. What kind of things happen to pitchers to cause that kind of decline?
Well, you could be hurt, right? There could be an underlying injury. There's not much like physical evidence of that in the sense that, yeah, his velocity's down, but it's down 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a significant number there. You could be tipping pitches. You could be just telegraphing what you're throwing. And if that's the case, I'm sure they're working on it. But you would think if it was that, you would have figured it out by now.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just be your mechanics are out of whack and you cannot throw the baseball where you want to. And that's the problem. It's command. Like he's walking people more than he did last year. He's missing way more in the middle of the zone with hittable pitches.
Yeah.
So it's one of those three. He just didn't become crappy. There's something going on, whether it's mechanical, tipping pitches, or an injury. There's something there.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch comm.
Yeah.
So the catchers have like a little thing on their shin guard?
Well, they can put it in a number of places. I think some wear it on their wrist. But yeah, a lot of guys right on the shin guard. They just can push the button.
So they push a button. They push the slider button.
Mm-hmm.
Does the pitcher have an earpiece?
Yeah.
And it goes slider.
They've got a little thing in their hat. Like it attaches to their hat. So it's right above their ear. Yeah.
So how do people steal pitches anymore?
Well, they would steal them by you giving it away. Like you change the glove position from fastball to breaking ball or things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Intel is joining Elon Musk's TerraFab project to manufacture high-performance chips for AI and robotics. Intel will be working with Musk's companies SpaceX, xAI, and Tesla on the project, with TerraFab based in Austin, Texas, composed of 2 advanced chip factories operated jointly by Tesla and SpaceX. Wedbush Securities predicts that Tesla and SpaceX will eventually merge. I'm Jason Brooks.
Wesley Financial Group is not